Here we go. Listen to the podcast that we all know. The Basement Bench Warmers, they bring the heat, talking sports and life. Can't miss a beat. Kicking back in the basement, sipping on brews. The boys got the stories, breaking all the news. From basketball to football, they got it all. Their analysis, man, it never falls. It never falls. The Basement Bench Warmers, they're on fire. They bring the heat, never tired. Tune into the podcast you won't regret. Join the bench warmer. It's a band. It's a band.
I'm not doing that because I want to take long showers with you assholes.
Ain't you them kids that have been quacking off in my tool shed?
By a bunch of fargan ice holes like yourselves.
Yeah, well, listen, you ought to ditch the Deeks in the car with now and get in with us, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later.
Oh, my God. There's 100 morons in my basement. It's you, Larry. Lollygaggers.
Diamond dogs have struck again.
Real freak.
No, they could be a lot worse.
Why did you kiss my ear? Why are you holding my hand? Where's your other hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine.
1, 2, 3, Benchwarmers!
Live from Scott's parents' basement, this is the Basement Benchwarmers Podcast.
The Basement Benchwarmers Podcast is back for another week. We got Ed, Tim, and Willie here. Tonight we'll be talking about the draft, the NBA playoffs, and the Bucks' possibility of being done this week.
They're done. They're done.
And whatever else. We'll talk about good, bad, the ugly like we do every week. We'll start off how we start off every week. How was your week? We'll start with Ed. Ed, how was your week? Sorry about that.
Settle in. Boy, we've been off a whole week.
Wrong mic off.
All I have to say is NFL draft pause. Oh, you know, Willie, no, but I have flannel and Willie doesn't wear flannel. But I don't know how to put it on. Secret Service doesn't let me put it on. Vote for me, Birmingham, where I was arrested for standing on a porch with a black family, and my mom said, "Joey, your uncle was eaten by cannibals. He was a hero." See, it sounds stupid when a podcaster says it. Sounds even worse when our president says it.
You know what? That deserves another new song.
If any president needs to be impeached, we should maybe start with a guy who makes up stories about cannibals eating his uncle.
Nice.
I got a song to go with your story.
Oh, let's.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I'm rocking flannel. It's my fashion statement. Feeling cozy and feeling so complacent.
I really like this rebrand.
From head to toe. Flannel gang is the only way to go. I tie it around my waist, so I wear it on my back. Flannel game strong, no one ever lack. Plaid patterns, different colors, I got them all. Flannel's the fabric that makes me stand tall.
Oh my God.
I'm killing the game in my flannel attire. Catch me on the street, I'm set to inspire. Whether it's red, blue, or classic black and white. In my flannel, I'm looking oh so tight.
And I think there should be a new ringtone.
I expected a lot more Ed bombs.
So that's the Flannel Flow song. I got you a new song.
I love it.
The Flannel Flow.
Yeah.
So instead of the shower, it might be the shower stall start next time.
My God.
It might be the Flannel Flow, we'll call it.
This is, I mean, people are talking about, AI taking over the world and everything. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Did you hear that song?
So whatever you want, you decide if it's a shower stall or a flannel flow from now on.
Yeah.
It's your call. You got both intros.
Oh my God. How did we live without this?
Right?
You got me.
And I have another. We had a new intro, a new song. I have another song too. We'll play it next week. Probably it's a new.
Oh my God.
Definitely didn't use Nike for the new rebrand, huh?
No.
I mean, our production value is. I mean, look at us.
Look at us.
Look, who would have thought?
Right?
Yep.
Look at us. Hey, look at us.
Look at us.
Huh? Who would have thought?
Not me.
I hope that's the next song.
There you go.
Light bulb goes on.
So yeah,
Way better than those songs Willie sends over of dirty country songs.
You don't like those?
Poon on the pontoon.
That was Rick's song, right?
That was great.
Can't wait for you to try that one out this summer, Rick.
So, Timmy, you got a song?
No, I don't, but had a good week. Spent some time up in Door County with Scott and Willie. Had a fucking beautiful house.
Where were you guys at?
Sister Bay.
Nice.
Ellison Bay, actually.
Allison Bay, right?
yeah, nice.
Yeah. Pretty much abused my liver like I haven't in a long time Friday night, and took me like most of Saturday. I almost pulled a Rick and didn't drink on Saturday.
Yeah, just lettuce.
Yeah.
Did you guys have cherry blossoms up yet or not? Not quite.
yet, not
They're getting
yet.
close.
Real close.
I got a couple just busted out today on mine.
Yeah, had some really good beers. Had a really good juicy IPA at the Peach Pit. No, it's actually the Peach Barn, but the Peach Pit. It was fucking great.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was cool. Nice warm day. I'm glad I wore shorts.
The only smart one. Yeah.
Yeah. Went to a couple of breweries. Went to Door County Brewery. That was a pretty cool place. Went to AC Tap. Had a fucking brat patty top cheeseburger.
You had something fried if you were at the AC Tap.
Oh fuck yeah, I did. Yeah, we had the fried basket as well. So yeah, had a really good fucking dinner at Time. So I had prime rib and.
Was that your first time eating at Time?
Yeah,
I've never eaten there
it's
yet.
great.
Yeah, it was the first time I ever.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
Highly
It was good.
recommend the grilled Caesar salad as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Scott turned me on. Scott's been the salad.
And now
king.
Time is in Sister Bay at their place, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Because it was at the golf course in Bailey's for a while.
Yep.
Right.
Now
Okay.
they're home.
Now they got their own home.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep. So yeah, it was a nice fun weekend, and we were rolling into Kenosha yesterday about 2:30, and I was like, I felt like we just left. Like we're on our way up to Door County, coming back in. So it was a nice, fun, quick weekend. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Willie.
Yeah, I almost ditto on that. Yeah, had a good time. Friday night was raucous with wild games of euchre.
Yeah.
And
a lot of vodka.
A lot of vodka. My favorite point was when Tim poured himself a drink. He drank. He goes, "Oh, that's strong." He didn't care. He drank it. He took another drink of it. Yeah, we stayed at a really nice place. I think it was like 8 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms.
Oh wow!
I mean, they had a hot tub that we
Ping pong table, 2 fire pits.
Wow!
6 bikes,
And
2 kayaks,
and we used none of that.
Yeah.
No.
That was up north. I'm guessing north of Sister Bay then.
It's in Ellison Bay.
Just in Ellison, yeah.
It's off of Humbug Road. So if anybody's looking for a place to rent, look it up.
Where's that? Is that on the east? It's the east side, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the highway.
The corner of Ba and Humbug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my favorite area is east of Ellison Bay in there. It's kind of I like that area.
Why?
It's just it's kind of laid back in there. There's some farms and just nice and quiet.
Farmland back there.
Coyotes we heard on the way back in.
Yeah,
Saturday night.
Remember we were riding around. We saw pheasants running in the road. Remember?
Tons of turkeys.
Saw a lot of turkeys.
Yeah.
A lot of turkeys.
Yeah, it's pretty nice up in that area.
Gunshots in the morning.
I like it.
We had good food up there.
There's Ed's bread.
Went to Al Johnson's.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
They don't have the goats out, I guarantee.
No, they did. No,
they only put
too
them
early.
out for Illinois weekends.
Those are in the fall.
So yeah, it was a good time. I'll leave some space here for Scott to talk about Door County as well.
Yeah, it was fine. It was a good time. They pretty much summed it. I did the same thing they did. So
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You guys were up there the same weekend and did the same stuff.
yeah, it was nice to see Tana and Carl Bay. So that's all it was.
Yeah.
I like going up and seeing them, hanging out a little bit with them, and
It's interesting to see how much Door County's changed, and
Oh my
I haven't
god!
been up there in like 3 years.
yeah,
And
yeah, it's becoming it's for the better. I think can't get too much crazy though. I think it should stop. what it's
Right.
doing,
I like
but-
the fact there's no fast food up there. Like,
Yeah, I mean,
the only thing up there is like a Culver's in Sturgeon Bay, and we drove past it Friday
Mm-hmm.
night, and the line was around the building.
Yeah.
there's a
Crazy.
McDonald's in Sturgeon Bay, right? Too.
Yeah.
Was there?
Yeah, I
didn't
think
see
there is.
that.
That was what they always said. The closest fast food is McDonald's in Sturgeon Bay.
Right.
Yeah, my brother's niece used to work at that Culver, so
Yeah.
we get hooked up when we come in through Sturgeon Bay.
Yeah, I would probably eat pizza a lot there.
Oh, did you like? Yeah.
The
I wish
pizza
you
was
would. Yeah, I wish we would have had it. When it was, I wish we would have either ate there or had it when it was.
Yeah, because it
hot.
got soggy. I think. As
Right.
it sat.
Shouldn't let them cut it, right?
Yeah, that's a trick. I should have told him not to cut
Where'd
it.
you get pizza from?
Wild tomato.
Well, we
Oh,
had,
Wild Tomatoes,
I grabbed it on
excellent,
town because I'm like, oh, let's grab one just to have one. Because we had tacos. I'm like, just grab one. Who cares? It'll be eaten. But it was. I know last time when I got home, I actually put a couple in the cooked in the reheated it. It was just. I think it got too wet.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know if they messed up when they made it.
Try the
'cause-
air fryer.
Yeah, I actually did the pan method. I've done that before. You put it in a pan with some on medium and with some little water and cover it. I did it like last pizza I got. I did it with the pizza was better. Pizza was better when I reheated it in the pan than when I got not, but it was crispier.
It was like
Well,
Wells Brothers after you put
yeah,
it in there. Sometimes,
but this was just had too much. It had like it didn't have too much on it, but it wasn't. It still tasted good.
you know which one I like is Vallejo's because it's a little floppy still, but then you put it in the air fryer the next day, it crisps up.
Yeah.
It's actually it's like a different pizza the next day.
Yeah, you wanted that crispiness, like you said. So yeah, that was my weekend too. I mean, nothing else crazy happened since last. We were here Thursday with the draft. If you tuned in, we did the draft. But yeah, that was it. So let's start out with the good, bad, and the ugly. Let's start. Who wants to start with tonight? Who wants to start?
Okay.
Willie, you want to start?
I'll start.
You pick what you want. We'll go from there.
We'll go with ugly, and I'm probably going to steal this from Ed, but finally the MLB has done a lot more research. They decided to throw Nike under the bus. They said, hey, they were innovating something that didn't need to be innovated.
Direct quote. That's awesome.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We've all seen the uniforms. They look cheap and floozy.
Floozy.
Giggity.
And here's the thing is they're making them wait till next year. Think about this. They could probably sew up 1,000 uniforms in a week.
Yeah.
They could have them by Memorial Day. They could have new uniforms for them. They know what sizes they wear because they have all the sizes. I don't get it. I don't know why
And they
they're
always
making-
give these jerseys away anyways, these guys.
Yeah.
So
I would too.
It's all about the cash, probably, because they don't want to go and reinvest in jersey till next year.
Well-
They wouldn't have had to normally.
Oh, how's that not a strike?
Call that a strike. He just called that a strike a minute ago.
So yeah, I just think it's ridiculous that the MLB's like. I'm glad they finally fessed up to it because, I mean, they were throwing Fanatics under the bus, and
Yeah,
you know what? Who approved them? So they really need to look in the mirror, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a great point.
Someone had to improve them.
yeah, the
It's
players
MLB.
union was against them.
Right.
They don't like how they sweat in them, and the players like it didn't need to be fixed.
Right.
No, you're right. You could do. Yeah, I agree 100%.
And Nike's on a bad run because I don't know if you've seen the U.S. track and field outfits.
Yeah.
I was just going to bring that up too. Is their Olympic outfits and stuff have been just ripped
Poor
apart.
women, their hoo-ha is going to be hanging out.
Well, it looks like they had a bulge in there. It's so tight. I mean, it's crazy.
And they're not
Well,
making,
and that's not the East German team I'm talking about.
and they're not making enough Caitlin Clark jerseys or what's her name from the Sky as well. Hers sold out as well. Angel Reese.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Caleb Williams jersey sold out too.
Yeah, they were actually eclipsed supposedly.
Anyone get their Marvin Harrison Jr.?
No, not
No?
yet. Can't get it.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead, Tim. You're ugly.
My ugly. We're watching them right now. The Mets City Connect jerseys. Like, come
what
on.
is with these jerseys? They're awful.
Right. Like Nike needs to stop fucking with things, basically. Like after the Philly City Connect jersey, the Mets were like, here, hold my beer. They look like Yankee throwback jerseys.
I was going to say they look more like a Yankees.
Right.
I think AI needs to take over, right?
Right. I mean, the only
Yeah,
thing that
write them a song.
I think is really cool is the bridge across the helmet. I don't know if you guys realize that's the bridge.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's really the only cool thing about
Oh,
them.
that is very cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is.
I thought it was a spider web.
So, what bridge would be going to the Mets?
Verrazano?
It'd be Brooklyn Bridge, wouldn't it?
Brooklyn Bridge goes to Brooklyn.
I don't know.
The Verrazano, maybe?
Yeah, the Narrows Bridge. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what the five. I know the five boroughs, but I don't know what bridges go where.
What borough is that in?
They're in Queens.
Queens.
They're on the north side of Queens. Too.
North side.
Let me look. I'll look it up real quick.
All right.
The bridge that goes.
Yeah, I think they need to get away from the. I mean, and the socks are wearing their Southside City Connect jerseys today too, and they look like 1980s softball jerseys.
Nice.
I like that better.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that I like those jerseys, but I would rather have them come out with like
the Queensboro Bridge.
Oh, Queensboro. Okay.
Yeah. I'd rather do like old school like throwbacks and stuff like from like the 1919 Cubs or.
Well,
I agree.
Wasn't Doug Heffernan lived in Queens, and he used to say the song was on the Queensboro Bridge night. He used to go home. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
because he lived in Queens in the show, right? He was a Mets fan, correct?
Yep.
Right.
Or is a
Right,
Mets
yeah,
fan.
Worked for UPS, right? Or
IPS.
IPS.
That was great. That was great.
Irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah. Your little penis syndrome.
We've all been there. Sometimes it just itches the next day.
So Ed, you're ugly.
Well, I got a couple of them.
Can I play the final song again?
Sure.
I got like 3 uglies, but I'm gonna pick the grossest one of all.
Oh, good.
Wait, let me swallow.
Megan the Stallion forced a cameraman to watch her have sex in a vehicle. Forced him.
Really?
Let's see if I can find the story.
How
here.
I want to know how she forced him.
He's like her personal camera guy. They got into like one of these, limo or whatever, and she was in there with another woman.
Oh,
yeah,
and he complained.
Yeah,
Money, there was money to be
gross.
made.
And then, and she threatened him not to tell anybody, and which obviously didn't work.
Wait, so that makes sense. So I'm going to force you to take me to have sex, but you can't tell anybody.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds fun. So my ugly is the body's not even cold in Phoenix, and Kevin Durant's complaining about his role this year in the team already.
Well, there's my bad.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry. That's my ugly. My ugly is that's my ugly. It's just a yearly cycle of Kevin Durant. One of the you sit here all night, you can argue where he belongs in history of basketball. He's probably a top 20 at the least.
For sure.
We would argue that, whatever. But for a guy every year, he just loses respect. He's like the poor man's LeBron.
The basketball nomad.
Yeah, that's what he is. I mean, James Harden ain't as bad as him.
To be honest, though, I mean, that situation in Phoenix with the new owner, like, there's been reports that Ishbia has been basically treating it like a fantasy league basketball. Like, he's the one that made that trade, and the Bradley Beal trade he championed, and
yeah,
he's really trying to make a name for himself
right.
back
Which
then too.
that's understandable. I mean, every new owner wants to make their mark on the team, but fucking come on. I mean, they've got nothing for the next. I mean, unless they trade Booker and Beal and
they already trade Ayton, and so it's like they've traded away quite a bit of their talent.
Ayton needed to go. He wore out his welcome there. He wasn't. I mean, he's a moron.
So between those three, they're going to spend more than 14 teams spend.
Right.
And they're all in their contract for next year. Is that what they're saying?
Yeah, super.
Well, Booger from Revenge of the Nerds was cool. But Booker wants to go to New York, I guess. He's been talking up New York a lot.
Well,
I don't know. I don't think. I think you have a star. Well, a star not in the making, but a star is there in Brunson. So, yeah, I don't think you need any more traffic there. I think Julius Randle's hurt. Remember that,
right?
And Julius Randle is a very good basketball player. There's certain teams. It's like the NBA is starting to change course, and you can be good without having 55 stars in a team now. Let's go back to old school basketball. Don't get me wrong. Minnesota has a couple good players. Probably, arguably, been the best player in the playoffs so far in Ant-Man.
Absolutely, but they have
Cat.
They have role players.
Yeah, but they have Cat, and these are guys. They're homegrown guys too. That's the best part of the whole thing.
Right.
It's the greatest thing to see. They're all homegrown. The role players aren't, but I just we'll get to I'm sure we'll get to other talk about the NBA later, but I got a lot to say.
I just wanted to say something really quick. I didn't recognize Severino because he's got facial hair now.
Oh yeah, he's allowed,
right?
Oh, good call.
Yeah,
that's what was different about him.
I was there looking at him like
Severino has a beard.
What the hell?
He doesn't look like him, but he has a beard. Could I have one with the Yankees?
Oh, because he pitched for the Yankees.
So I don't want to jinx his no hitter against the Cubs, but
he's got a no-hitter?
Severino's throwing a no hitter.
Oh, the announcer, we were listening every time they went to commercial. He's got a no hitter going. Cubs announcer said it every time. It was awesome. So my ugly is Kevin Durant. So you're bad.
Nice.
My bad is, what was I going to say now? Jeez. Oh, I know what I was going to say. poor Tank Dell being in a bad place
being at
the
a bar?
wrong time.
Being at a bar and getting shot up by a 16-year-old kid.
Was he at a bar or at a party?
He was caught in the middle of crossfire between two shooters at an event
At a bar.
venue, Cabana Live. So, yeah, he wasn't in a good. He was in a bad spot. So that's my bad.
Yeah, melee kind of broke out, and
so he got a minor wound.
Pew 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 pew.
Did you hear about that in Columbus, Ohio, at a Waffle House? Someone died at a.
Probably from eating the waffles. No, I like Waffle House. It's pretty good.
I love Waffle House. My dad doesn't, which is funny. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. It's
never been.
It's all I
So
got
what
to say
happened in
about-
Ohio
and-
then?
And do you think he was either in Florida or Ohio?
Florida.
Yeah.
There was a brawl that busted out at a Waffle House near the Columbus campus, and someone died. So
I think I've been to that Waffle House actually. I think Bradley, I guarantee
sure
has.
he has.
Yeah.
All right. So my bad's the jump on you're bad or ugly with Durant. Just the speculation of like, you know, where Durant's going next, where Booker's going next. You know, they're already talking like going to.
We're still in the first round.
Right. You know, there was already articles about trade packages for Giannis and who's the Bucks GM? John. Who's the Bucks GM?
I can't think of his name.
But they're talking
Yeah.
he's going to go to Detroit to run their basketball operations because that's where he started.
Okay.
Which I can understand that, but you know, already speculation that the Bucks are going to blow it up and
Not John Hammond. No, that's an old guy.
John something.
Hammond was before.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's too early.
Right.
I see what you're saying.
These bodies aren't even cold yet, and they're already talking about like, you know,
Yeah.
he's going here, so and so's going to get traded to Miami. You know, it's just, and I mean, I know a lot. You know, Stephen A's like, oh, you know, Booker is going to New York.
Broke up the no hitter.
Broke up the no hitter.
Damn it, it's my fault. I said it.
Haha.
So do
Now
you know,
the Cubs are going to win this game.
I hope so.
do you know who the top 3 prospects are for the Suns coaching job? If it happens,
Darvin Ham,
Budenholzer, one of them.
Yes.
Doc Rivers,
just guessed.
Budenholzer, and Darvin Ham.
And that's the other thing too. They're already talking about firing. What's his name from Phoenix?
Frank Vogel. Yeah.
Yeah, Vogel.
Yeah, Vogel. Oh,
That's what he said.
Oh,
It's
is
the
that what it
top
was?
guys? Yeah,
Yeah.
Budenholzer.
So
Yeah.
the other one is JJ Redick.
I heard JJ Redick with the Hornets too.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard that a couple
And
times.
Mark Jackson.
Mark Jackson. Wow.
Mark Jackson should not come back.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Retread.
Yeah, I'm fine with the Budenholzer retread.
Yeah.
I'd be fine with that. But
Yeah, he's had success.
oh yeah, yeah.
Right.
My bad. Happened. I think it was last night. The Aaron Judge interference. Did you guys see that
Oh,
play?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Oh my God.
Absolutely unbelievable how the umpires missed this call.
How do they miss it? I don't see how you can call on interference.
I didn't see it yesterday.
Dude's 6'8". He was just sliding.
Yeah. So he goes into his slide, throws his hands up for a slide.
No. Threw up one hand.
One hand. The ball hits his hand. I mean, even in fast motion, you watch the ball come out of Dansby's hand, and then it just drops. Or not Dansby's hand, but
Adamas.
yeah, Adamas's hand. I knew what I meant.
John Horst is the Bucks
John
GM.
Horst, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that ball just dropped straight to the ground almost.
Yeah. It was awesome. It was a great play.
It was completely interference.
Oh, I'm not. It's still.
They
a
end
smart
up
play.
scoring what they bat around, scored like 8 or 10 runs in the inning after that, which they would have been out of the inning, I think, or would have putting 2 outs.
If it was against any other team, I would argue for the interference.
I just cannot believe they missed that call. They went to a review. You watch it in slow mo. It hits his hand square, and he's wearing a pad on his hand.
You're not wearing a Red Sox hat, are you?
No, it's a base hat.
Here's my thing. If I'm an infielder now, I throw right for the guy's chest
Yeah. Oh yeah.
because they have to get out of the way.
Mhm.
We just had the Cubs last week. I was watching on Marquee. Somebody ran through second base.
I was the center fielder for the Marlins.
Yeah, Jazz Chisholm.
Jazz Chisholm,
Yeah. You gotta
Jazz
watch,
Chisholm.
don't screw up that. We could do an AI about Jazz Chisholm.
Yeah.
He runs through, doesn't even interfere, but he runs through, and they're like, "Well, that's interference because he never slid to
Right, scared the
avoid."
shit out of Dansby. Remember,
He scared him because he didn't make the normal play. But this was he deflected the
he's hurt.
ball. It just blows my mind. Angel Hernandez couldn't have blown this call.
Yeah, he could have.
But yeah, 4 guys got together, looked at it, and watched and blew
Well,
it. And it cost the Brewers.
Yeah.
Who knows? The Brewers probably could have still lost that game.
Right.
The Yankees were putting up a lot of runs on them, but still,
if you watch
it
the
changed
replay
that
from the left field camera, the first base umpire is not even looking at the play. He's looking at the base already in the runner.
Yeah, that's his job, you know.
Right.
Didn't even touch him.
See, and they're trying to get an interference on this just on a slide in the second base, like a typical
Didn't
slide.
even touch him.
He got his elbow.
Oh, that is actually
Right
would
there.
that be considered interference?
No, because that guy's covering his arm is over the
How's
base.
his pitching arm too?
I know, and you can see the batters trying to avoid him. But yeah, I mean,
Right.
it was awful.
It was
awful.
Yeah, it's still kind of a cool looking play though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he got it pretty good.
Oh my god.
Plus, he's in the base. He's right in the middle of the base.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
My bad is Pete Prisco, man.
Oh, the grades.
So he grades Marvin Harrison a B plus.
The best pick in the draft, probably.
Well,
probably
well,
not the best
no,
pick.
no, because he
the
says
most value pick,
no.
probably.
He said Malik Nabels will probably be better. That's what he said. And then it's just, and then he writes this. I like the Cardinals draft. I liked a lot of their picks, starting with receiver Marvin Harrison is a much needed dynamic playmaker.
Right.
But he gives them an A for drafting and a B for picking him. Well, you have to at least match the grade of their first pick or lower. So it should be a B because their first pick was only a B.
Yeah.
Did they really?
That's
top 5.
that's your draft. The Bears have 2 of those, but yeah, so you probably split those 2.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's like I'm like Pete Prisco. That's all.
Right.
That is all. You know how I hate that. I just
he's an idiot.
I could do the same thing he does. Just
Right.
spew.
And you're like, he loves the Packers. He was just tearing their grades up this time
I didn't see what they grade.
until late in the draft.
Right.
But I don't know if he was the one grading those. The first 2 days, he gave him pretty bad grades
Right.
on it. Well, they should-
Everybody has.
He gave him a B.
On the Morgan
Overall.
but that's one of the lower grades. A lot of
He didn't love the Jordan Morgan pick. He said.
yeah, but
What do you give the
he wanted
Falcons?
he wanted him to take a center there, which they always bitch about.
They
If you
did.
take a center in the
They
first
did. They
round,
took the Duke center.
Yeah.
the guys behind him,
Right.
But he gave the Packers for not taking the Duke center a lower grade.
That swing guy though. He's
Yeah.
a guard too.
He's just like Morgan, kind of.
Yeah.
They can play any position.
They want linemen that can play multiple positions.
And that's
that
the
played
Packers
long
look for a
time.
different
Right.
thing. That's what they've been
I know
doing.
in the first round, unless you're finding a Quentin
Right.
Marshall or
Right.
the kid. What's his name?
Oh,
The Badger.
safe.
Tie game.
The Badger.
Center.
Went to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
First round,
Yeah, not Frederick,
I kind of disagree with drafting a guard or a center in the first round. I would take a tackle all the time over there.
Right, I
would
agree.
I would all the time. Because you're going to find a guard or a guard later or center. You can. They're all
move people around.
because you know what? Nobody else is drafting centers or guards in the first round.
No.
that is why.
Yeah, the Packers are at 25. It's almost a second round pick. It's not.
Yeah.
Like you said, if it's a top 10 pick, you can't be picking a guard in there.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, Prisco's an idiot.
Prisco's my idiot.
I think he's everybody's idiot. It doesn't matter what team you're on.
Idiot. Yeah, he's a weird guy. So, Willie, you're good.
My good is 2 guys, Michael Hall Jr. and Zach Zinter.
Okay.
So you know who Michael Hall Jr. is?
Yeah, it's Anthony Michael Hall's brother.
Absolutely. How'd you guess that? No, he played
I was gonna say, is it
defensive
really?
tackle for Ohio State.
Okay.
And Zach Zinter was the guy that
Michigan.
hurt his knee
Okay.
with Michigan. And so they were both drafted by the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, really?
That's right.
Was he the Achilles guy?
No, the broken leg guy
broken
in the Big
tibia and
Ten.
fibula.
No, he broke that. He didn't. Achilles was his leg.
Right.
Yeah, so that was the another layer to the relationship was that injury there. But Zinter goes, he's a great dude, and it's football. He says, stuff happens when you're playing in the trenches, but I'm fired up and think everything happens for a reason. So just kind of a full circle moment for that to happen, and now we're going to be teammates.
Oh, nice.
So
Way to
no hard feelings on
Way
that
to be a
guy.
professional.
Yeah.
Right.
He goes, now we're brothers and teammates.
Nice.
So,
I'll tell you what, I mean, even playing like travel ball like I did in high school, we were playing against guys in Milwaukee, didn't know him. Guy ran me over on a pickle, which was the right thing to do. I would have ran him over. I'm waiting, ball, no ball. And he ran me over. We should have been an interference on me. I was in the baseline. And he got up and he was like, hey, man, sorry about that. And, I was like, shit, I would have ran you over doing the same thing. And we played together for 2 more years. We both went to Carthage together.
is that right?
Yeah.
That's cool. So yeah, that's my good story. So
You're good.
My good is PCA. Pete Crow Armstrong, not only getting his first major league hit, which is a home run, but he's got a 4-game hitting streak since that point. So going into today, right now he's 0 for 3. Jinx.
Way to go.
I know.
Game winner coming up.
Hey.
Coming up.
Yeah, Hendricks for Cy Young.
Yeah. You're good, Ed.
My good's another baseball one.
Yeah.
I've had 2 baseballs and a fat lady. So
what was the fat lady?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, she's not fat. She's the spokesperson.
It was with a PH, you nerd.
Oh. Nerds. I was going to say she's a spokeswoman for Planet Fitness.
Yeah. So Cam Boozer, Red Sox pitcher. 31 years old. Just made it to the majors. So I'm going to read a little bit here. It's a couple paragraphs here, but it says to say Boozer took an improbable road to the majors is underselling his story. The Seattle native was a multi-sport athlete at Fife High in Tacoma, broke his left leg playing football, and had knee surgery in high school. He attended 3 colleges, underwent Tommy John surgery along the way, signed with the Twins as a non-drafted free agent in 2013, had a second elbow surgery in 14, and a shoulder surgery in 15. During a rehab stint in Minnesota's complex in 2015, he was hit by a car while riding his bicycle. He injured his back. 2 years later, he retired from baseball, having appeared in only 24 games in his minor league career. Took a job in construction, worked 2.5 years as a carpenter installing acoustical tiles. So he goes on, He supplemented his income working at a baseball training facility in 2020 and found he could still throw upper 90s without pain. So he played for the independent Chicago Dogs, managed by former Red Sox third baseman Butch Hobson. The Red Sox signed him in 21. He had a 1.93 ERA in 21 games and struck out 39 in 21 innings. In the minors, they called him up. He's actually pitched really well for the Red Sox. I wish I could. One of my buddies was his minor league coach, but I haven't talked to him. So I want to see how he is. How the story was.
Right.
So
he's probably pitching at Pawtucket, right?
He's in the majors now.
He probably pitched at Pawtucket.
He pitched at Pawtucket, yeah.
Great name.
The Pawtucket Sea Dogs?
Yep.
I don't something.
No, it's the Portland Sea Dogs is their AA.
You're right, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just a great story. At 31, finally makes the majors. Kind of, on that Michael Penix thing, all these injuries, and the guy keeps at it and just keeps fighting and fighting. And
I'm sure there's $180 million pitchers on that roster, too.
Probably a few, actually.
Yeah, no kidding.
Holy shit. It's the 8th inning. He's still in.
He's only got 70-something.
I know he does.
Yeah. My God, I don't know if I really have a good. I had one and I lost it. It was here and
you can talk about it if you want.
I don't know what I did with it.
How about Eric admitting that the Bucks are done?
Why don't you just talk about your draft?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Well, we'll talk about the draft after.
You can like roll it in.
Yeah, let's talk about the draft. Let's just do that now. So this past Thursday,
it's unofficial good, the bad, and the ugly. We can't close it out if you don't have a good.
My good is that play at third by Morel, and then he dropped it. That was my good.
Shucks.
Although he bobbled it, which kind of messed up the timing of it, I think. Right, he bobbled that third.
Stupid glove.
So I think he was stretching early for it and getting there, and the ball wasn't there. So that's got to make that play clean. Oh, that's a hard hit ball though.
Right.
That's a tough play. To stay with it, that's the first baseman's fault. That's all on first base.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's all on first base.
Yeah, I could have made that play today.
Yeah, that's nobody's.
No kidding. I'm not even joking.
That's not Morel's fault.
I'd have to find my glove, but I could have made that play.
Gonna have to sacrifice a rooster now.
We did last night. A coyote ate one.
Really?
Yep.
And they pull him?
Oh, did they really?
Yeah.
No. Oh, boo.
We're booing the Cubs Mets game.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So let's talk about the draft. I'll think of it. I had one too, and I didn't write. I wrote everything else but the good there, which is weird.
It wasn't Candace Parker, was it?
No. Oh, yeah. That'll be my good. Yeah, good call.
All
Candace Parker retiring from the WNBA after a very illustrious career. 3-time NBA champ.
2-time college.
WNBA champ, yeah.
2-time college champ.
Yeah, and so, yeah.
What a loser.
Candace Parker will
2-time Olympian.
Will be my good.
Yeah.
7-time All-Pro, I think.
Yeah.
One Defensive Player of the Year in 2020. So she was up there in age, too, when she won that. I was going today. So she was came in the league in 2008, I believe I saw, or
Right.
7.
So
Now
was
that-
she about 36?
37.
So she was 34 when she was on Defense Player of the Year.
Right. And then she leaves. There's a girl in the Chicago Sky is the last WNBA player coached by Pat Summitt from Tennessee.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And the last one they paid in acorns.
That's about the truth.
Probably.
So let's talk about this past week's NFL draft. Let's start out of the division and talk about some picks that surprised you. Nobody, I mean, if you didn't listen to the draft show and you've heard all around, I mean, the biggest surprise to us in the room was in the whole country was Michael Penix Jr. Oddly enough, they compared it to the Packers, which is a hard comparison when you're in top 10. And you're not a team that I guess could pass off a pick like that because you're a good enough team to hopefully win without
to
that
what?
pick.
Wait, compared it to what?
The Packers doing it. A lot of people compared it to the Packers drafting a quarterback in the first round.
Jordan Love
They
at like
didn't-
26.
They didn't need at the time. And that's correct. They didn't really need the quarterback at the time.
No, but it wasn't an 8th pick.
Yeah, and it's top 10 pick, and that's tough. And when you have other holes to fill and the positions, I mean, there was a million positions you could have filled there. I mean,
Right.
or trade down. You
Right.
know what? Trade down and take someone else later and get extra
And
picks out of it.
they had offers too, like the Raiders, the Seahawks. There were like 4 teams that wanted to trade up to take Penix.
And you probably drafted. He's and I don't know.
He might be the most ready.
He might be he's my least favorite because his injury.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
been
but he
injured.
hasn't been hurt.
Yeah, but
4
1
years.
year. I mean, and it's
Yeah, but Spencer Rattler made a reality show when he was 16, and they're still holding it against him for that.
Yeah, but that's not injuries.
5 years ago.
That's not injuries though. That's
Character.
yeah, but I mean, I think that when you're the big thing for me is a shoulder injury. That's a big one for me. Twice, same
Yeah,
shoulder.
twice.
You get tackled once, it does it again. Oh, different ones.
Both the knee was the same one.
Oh.
Both shoulders.
Oh, that's
were
even
separated.
better then. So, oh god.
Oh.
So that was almost a home run. That's why I said oh god. So that to me, I mean, the Penix one, I'm not. I just don't get when you. I don't know. I don't understand it, and plus, yeah, good point. Hot points out. I didn't know he's 24 years old. That's one of the oldest quarterbacks in the draft.
What I was going to say is he's older. I think he's only a year younger than Jordan Love, who was taken years ago.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's.
I mean,
well, he's older than Justin Field by like 2 years. Still.
Yeah,
Or-
that's
or a
all-
year- no, he's the same age.
But
They're
I
the
mean,
same age.
Jordan
They're-
Love was drafted in 20.
Yeah, they're the same age probably then.
Yeah, they're real close.
Yeah, because
and they
Jordan
were
Love,
trying to compare him. It's like, man.
well, Jordan Love's probably 25, 26 now.
Let me look.
Because he was a
I think he-
senior when he came out, right?
I think he just turned 25.
Yeah, he's a senior when he came out, so that'd be 4 years ago. Yeah.
Right.
Cam Crable says, "What's up?" Hey, Cam, what's up?
Hey, Cam.
Hey, Cam.
So the biggest thing, any other ones? Sorry, any other ones?
Yeah, Love's 25. He'll be 26 in November.
Yeah, which is
So,
yeah.
But
So-
I mean, he's got like a 4-year head start on him, essentially.
Yeah. So
For
any other,
learning.
any other picks that surprise you guys, or let's go with surprising picks first. I mean, I got one myself personally. But,
Say it.
Go for it.
Well, it's the punter with the Bears.
I was gonna say
it's
that.
not.
I'm glad
It's
you
not
beat
a
me to
bad
it.
guy, but it's
No.
it's a weird spot to take him. I don't agree with it at all. I mean,
Especially when they traded back into the 5th, they probably could have got him there.
yeah, I mean, but they couldn't have got the other guy too.
I know,
That's
that's-
the thing. That's the thing. And they actually, it was weird because they traded the pick, traded back in. That's the pick they traded to the Bills to get Ryan Bates, and they end up just basically trading Ryan Bates for a 4th round pick instead of 5th.
Right.
So that's why I think they did it too. It just- yeah,
Do you
so-
think what they did with with Winslow, with the draft pick that they gave up? Right?
Yeah.
Who? No.
When they got not Winslow,
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I think I'd said this from day when they got Keenan Allen. I wasn't a huge fan of it. I'm not against Keenan Allen, but just the age and all that. But I knew if it happened, they were taking the receiver at 9. That's why.
right.
The exact reason. Anybody that says, oh, I saw, I can't remember what person wrote this, but well, what's the point of having him? He's not going to get a chance to catch any. Okay, that's not the point they drafted him because next year Keenan Allen will not be there.
Right.
Yeah, and most of your
he's a
young
not- he-
receivers don't explode
Yeah.
right away. It takes them a while to learn.
It's good to
It's a
have.
fast game.
The one stat that stuck out with me for a moment, Aduze, I think his name is.
Yeah.
I think I might get it eventually. He had like a 70%. I can't remember the word for it. Challenge catch rate or whatever.
Yeah, going up in traffic and
Harrison
coming down.
and Neighbors were in the 40 percentile.
Yeah.
And he was in the 70%. And I'm not saying anything huge or anything because he's only a 6'2". He's not.
So what the Bears have 5 total picks.
Yeah.
First pick was no brainer. I mean,
quarterback,
that's
lineman.
and here's the thing: everybody's saying this. Oh, you might. It doesn't matter. The Bears had to take him. He was the consensus. 99% of people said that was the best player in the quarterback in the draft. That's who they took. They took the right guy. They didn't go off the board and take Drake May or something weird. You know, they did what they had to do, and then Odunze fell to them at 9, essentially,
because the Falcons. That's why it happened.
And they made the right pick there. They did what they had to do.
Yeah.
It's not like they went around, they were just fucking stuff up. They did exactly what they had to do. They got two great high ceiling players. Obviously, they haven't played yet. They did what they had to do.
And I mean, so far what I've seen Caleb Williams, I like the way he's embracing being a Bear.
See all of his pictures.
I know
it's weird. And it doesn't mean you're going to be good. But like the selfie he took with the fans, nobody saw that until a couple days. He in the middle with Bear Man. He held the selfie stick and was in the crowd taking a picture of all Bears fans. And, and other guys do this. It's not just him. I get it. But he came out and looked naturally excited. Like a lot of guys didn't look like.
Well, a lot of guys had Dorito dust on. They don't want to touch anybody.
Yeah. But I mean, that doesn't make you a great quarterback. I'm not saying that's going to make you good. He could be the worst player ever, but at least he's embracing what he's doing.
It's good to see him embracing that.
And the other thing about him, too, you got to realize that really some things that are pointed out that not one player from the USC offense was drafted before the 7th round. So he had nobody in that team drafted before the 7th round.
That's not true.
I thought I saw something on
the running back. The running back was drafted by the Packers.
He's not from USC, is he?
Marshawn Brooks, or Marshawn. The running back from the Packers was a USC running back. 3rd or 4th round.
I have to look.
Okay, then whoever wrote it, then whatever. Then it wasn't right what I saw.
Briscoe?
No, I will say he didn't write that. But
Marshawn Lloyd, USC, 3rd round.
Okay. So I guess maybe it's receivers then, because I know Rice played there with him. He went late. Right. Rice's son went late.
He got drafted by by the Raiders.
Yeah, he was 7th round, right? I think. Yeah. Maybe I was talking receivers or whatever. But you look at Penix and you look at Jane Daniels. Jane Daniels had 2 guys drafted in the 1st round. Bob Odunze went in the 1st round. So I mean, it's a lot of what you're playing around too sometimes. And it's his, like I said last week, his best year was the year he had Jordan Addison with him.
Right.
So I mean, it makes a difference.
And he had a good year at Oklahoma.
And his line was up and down last year. That's why I think he did a lot of freelancing, which that was knocking him. He freelanced a lot this last year, but man, fuck this. I'm gonna run around and throw. I mean, and whatever. Like I said, they took him. They had to.
Well, he doesn't have to be a hero.
Yeah,
I mean, they're working with his talent. They're not going to work with what he did last year because it's a whole different situation.
This is obviously the best situation the number 1 picks ever went into in their lives. It's not even close.
Right.
Nobody has ever went in this situation, I don't think, ever as a 1st round pick.
What's that?
The situation he's in with that offense he's in, with the people around him.
Oh yeah, he's probably set up the best.
Yeah.
I mean, C.J. Stroud had a pretty good setup, but I don't think he had that kind of talent at the wide receiver. He had pretty good talent.
It makes me feel good because look how he ended up.
Yeah. The only unknown is really the offensive coordinator for him, right?
Yeah.
How's he gonna work with him?
It was funny. They were talking about this last Shane
Waldron.
Waldron, yeah. But they did say they get 180 hours a week to talk to draft picks. Their time was spent on working on playbooks and stuff for the last 3 months. That's all I've been doing. Mm-hmm. And they're basing their offense off.
Good idea.
Off the USC kind of their offense a little bit, running the same system. Kind of they're working. And you know what? This is what we talk about all the time.
How many times have we sat on this show and go, they draft a guy that doesn't fit their system, and then they try to make him in that system.
Him, right.
Yeah.
These guys are making a system, but then they're combining.
Yes.
Right.
It just makes sense.
Right. And then I did hear everyone did go to his birthday party too for Caleb Williams.
And I am a fan of the Rome pick too. I really am.
That's a good pick.
I think and the tackle they got from Penn State, I like him a lot too. And I like the defensive end they got for Kansas. He was highly regarded as like a top 10, top 10 in the pick, and that's fine. The punter was weird to me, but the punter is an extension of the defense.
He's going to change field position.
I've heard a couple of cool nicknames already. Crocodile Punter. And because he's from Australia,
is he?
And
he sounds like he's from London,
kind of. The other one was the punter from Down Under. So
nice.
I don't like guys that get nicknames that fast, but they are kind of funny. So I'll go with the Crocodile Punter. Let's just call him that the rest of the year. At least not. Yeah. So what do you guys? Let's go to talk about the Lions for a minute. What do you think about the Lions draft? I know they got a pretty good grade. I think the whole division actually graded out pretty well.
Everybody did.
I thought the division had all B overall Bs, and I think Minnesota. I think actually Detroit might have got the A. He might have got one of these I saw.
At.
Yeah,
People.
the only pick that I know that people panned was the big offensive lineman from Ontario, from Canada. But the dude's
British Columbia
beast.
Yeah, when you start watching, he's a project. It's not going to be this year.
He's a project.
Right.
That's what he said. He'll come in and do some plays here and there.
What round?
I think it was
fourth or fifth.
Yeah,
right.
Again, we always bitch at the Packers
for
doing the same thing. They do it all the time. They take Rashawn Gary, they took a little early as a project, and it worked out.
Right.
I mean, he had the talent, obviously.
Right.
But and last year they took that guy, and he seems like he's going to be decent.
Zach Toms.
No,
Van Ness.
Van Ness, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing, a project. The guy that's barely played, but this guy's coming out of Canada.
Right.
But he looks like a monster.
Yeah. And he's been moving up the draft boards. I like Rakashaw from Missouri, who had a great 2022, and then he was hurt in 2023, but he still flashed. He still flashed like a lot of talent, and like they're talking about how he's on the borderline of being aggressive and being a dirty player.
He's a feisty guy.
Yeah, he's a
Very feisty guy.
Right.
And it's just like with the Vaki that they got from Utah.
He's a safety running back guy, and he's gonna be a good safety, but he could be a kick returner for him.
Right.
That's the key.
They call him like a heat-seeking missile.
Well, who was the first pick the Lions had?
Terry and Arnold?
Yeah, which is a great pick.
Very
trading
good
up and getting
You got
the
Branch
cornerback
there.
they needed.
You got he knows Branch,
Yeah.
so when you know people, I think it helps a lot.
And when you're a college coach, like, I mean, I know most college coaches like rave about you, but what's his name? Saban was just thought it was like the perfect place for him to go. So, and that's the thing too. Like, I hate seeing all these like, draft grades for the day after. Like, you don't know how these guys are going to fit in the systems, like, and be coached, and how they're going to take coaching. And
well, I sent that tape to you, that reel that I do or whatever of the Jamar Gibbs pick, and
right. Oh yeah,
that's great. That's a quick turnaround right there. Because last year I liked the pick, and we all were, hey, he's a running back. Big,
It's Mad Mel kicking shit.
Yeah. Well, you know what? He was in the last 8 games. He was incredible.
Right.
He was a great mix up to go with Dave Montgomery.
Get out.
Yep. There you go. Take the lead in the 9th.
Cubs did a 2-run home.
Yes, sir.
Is that Kitty Cat?
Yeah, Kitty Cat. Kitty Cat got into one.
Amber goes, what are you talking about, Kitty Cat?
None of your business.
I'm looking at him.
So I do like I don't pay attention to that stuff. I never have. I mean, it just makes you laugh. I mean, I get it. They're doing a job. Everybody's going to read their stuff. I get it. They're looking for clicks and all that. They're going to write
absolutely.
That's all they're doing. And we get. I mean, it's but the thing with Prisco, he actually takes them serious. That's why the problem with them.
I think someone wrote an article about Prisco writing about the 2012 Seahawks, about how it was they got an F. Wilson.
Didn't they get 2 of the linebackers in that draft?
Yeah, Bobby Wagner was in that draft. Yeah, Bruce Irvin was in that draft.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. Sure. Yeah.
So worst draft. Like, why do you take Russell Wilson in the 3rd round? Like,
you just signed a quarterback.
Yeah.
Sound familiar?
You look at the.
That's different though. 3rd round. Yeah.
Well, you look at the Bears draft again. They only had 4 picks. Yeah. 2 firsts, a 4th, and a 3rd.
4th, 5th, and they jumped back in the
4th,
5th.
and then they came back. Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah, because they had no 3rd round pick.
I mean, the punter thing. They still got the best punter. They might be the best punter in the league already. Who knows? You never know with those specialty guys, but they did what they had to do.
Yeah, I mean,
the Vikings didn't have many. The Vikings got 2 good 1st round picks after they traded back up in the 1st round. They were going to have to move up to pick like a JJ McCarthy. They figured.
Right.
They didn't even have to give up their 1st round, so they got McCarthy, and then they picked that defensive.
They got the best
defensive end
the draft probably
to replace was it Hunter or
Danielle Hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they got the 2 spots they needed. McCarthy's not going to start, obviously.
No. Well, he should. I mean, really, if he plays well enough, he should start.
McCarthy's not going to start.
I'm going to tell you, the NFL is different now. It's not the Peyton Manning started the trend of you're going to play right away.
Yeah.
He started. You're going to throw in your game. You're going to throw 24 interceptions, and we're going to all think you're terrible, and they're going to be a Hall of Famer.
And they did it with Luck too.
Yeah, and
Luck had a little bit of time.
Yeah, and Herbert, he got in and he played a little better.
Well, Herbert got lucky because the doctor hated.
Tried to kill Tyrod Taylor.
Right.
Well, like I said,
the best is that video you send, and they're showing that guy watching the San Diego draft. With the 8th pick, they picked Justin Herbert. He's like, God damn it! What do we need a quarterback? Guy's shit. He sucks.
The best of the Giants fans laughing at the Jets picking Sauce Gardner.
Yeah.
What fools! best cornerback in football right now, probably. Possibly the best cornerback in football.
They're like jumping up and down. Oh, it kills me. It's a crapshoot, and it's all how it's systems too. These guys fit into a spot.
Right.
I mean, if you look, I mean, the Packers drafted a lot of guys. It's almost all depth. I mean,
Absolutely.
a good chance. It was almost all depth.
This is the first draft I agree with they did. They had picks, so we picked double of things. I hate when they pick double when they have 7 picks. 2. This year was the right time to do it because they had extra picks.
They rebuilt their safety room.
Yeah, that's
Right.
fine. And one guy's gonna have to be the thing is one guy's gonna be in a special teamer or not make the team.
Right.
Yeah,
because they have McKinney now.
they got Xavier McKinney.
Yep.
They've got. I mean, they've got.
Who's the
Stokes.
safety from last year?
They got
Still
Stokes.
Still have Nixon still that could play.
Well,
yeah, Keyshawn Nixon's probably going to play corner.
But
Valentine's still a corner.
But those are cuttable fellas now.
Absolutely.
You never
Jair
know.
is still there.
Jair, well, Jair's gonna have to stick around because they need him.
And Nixon's not going anywhere
As long
either.
as he keeps his head on straight and doesn't go off the coin toss, we're good.
No, the only one would be like maybe Valentine would be a guy that would be your cut guy, but he's cheap.
Right.
But
So
the
yeah,
free
if
agents-
some guy comes out and he's one
Yeah,
of these
you
guys
might have no
blows him
choice.
away.
But you got special team guys. You need special teams in the NFL.
Well,
now.
that- yeah.
You need depth. I mean, cheap depth. You can't keep.
Plus, you never know who's going to get cut and stuff too. I
Yeah.
mean, that's another.
What'd you think about the Packers drafting a running back? This maybe the best running back, one of the top two.
The
Probably.
only thing I read, two things. One guy loved him, and one guy said he never caught a pass in college.
Yeah.
Rarely caught a pass in college.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I mean, it wasn't like the number one pick. It is what
Yeah.
it is. I mean,
Right.
I just think
Was
you never know.
Marshawn
Marshawn
Lloyd.
the USC player. Yeah.
They said he's got fumbling issues, which
But the NFL is it's different.
Right.
Guys do different
Yeah.
things. They put you in places. Maybe they want it for special teams. You
Right.
never know what
Yeah.
they're going to use it for the first couple of years.
Right.
and again he's probably going to learn because he's going to have.
Probably insurance policy
Yeah.
too. I mean,
They didn't have many running backs. They were only running with 2 last year, and then they were injured most of the
Right.
time, anyways.
right. And then like
Yeah.
they lost 2 of them. I forgot who. Taylor signed with the 49ers.
Yeah, and they still got 3, so this will be their 4th running back, which
Yeah, he'll probably be their 3rd running back.
by the time the season starts.
Right.
I mean, I like that pick. It's all depth. Everything they picked was depth. Now,
Right.
one guy, I mean, the offensive tackle, or nah, he's going to be a guard probably.
Well, the safeties, the second round safety.
The
will be a
second round
starter.
safety
The dude
too.
from Georgia.
He's taking someone's
So there's
job.
probably
Yeah.
only
Bullet, yeah.
out of
for
the
sure.
13 guys they drafted, maybe 2 are going to start. All the rest, maybe a linebacker too, possibly that linebacker.
Cooper's going to start for sure. The 2nd round pick. Yeah, the first.
Edgerrin Cooper,
Right. Yeah, Cooper's going to start for sure.
and he's a good inside line, but they had him ranked pretty high.
Right. The second linebacker they took, he's going to be a special teamer.
Yeah.
He won't start. And then the first safety they took from Georgia is going to start.
Yeah.
Right.
So probably 3 starters out of
Yeah.
that whole group.
Have you seen like
They should have picked 4 kickers.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't get kicker late because there was a couple kickers ranked. Like a team took a
Well,
kicker.
they signed.
like
They'll
the
just
rank-
sign him afterwards.
Yeah, there's a UDA they signed.
But there was a guy was drafted that was like ranked 200 and he went like 250 or something.
Oh,
like that,
really?
or 240. I was like, oh, and a kicker was from. I saw it today. I was like, oh, I was looking to see what team players were taking.
Auburn.
Because they said, well, they give comparisons, and they compared him to Kai Fairbanks. They
Okay.
kind of, which any kicker you just say a name and you can match him up. What's Kai Fairbanks do different than any other kicker? I don't know. It's
He wears
That looks the
glasses.
same to me.
Makes them.
yeah. Well, pick any kicker that makes him and just call the guy yet, I guess, right?
Right.
Does he have the same leg swinger or something? I have no idea.
Right.
You know, you're talking about comparisons. Here's my favorite comparison. I actually
it at a strike? Sorry.
I actually took a copy of this. So it's Spencer Rattler.
Yeah. Great place.
So
for
it's
him.
like Rattler has running and improvisational ability coupled with arm strength, release fluidity to be an ideal modern NFL quarterback. He's taken in the 5th round. Pro comparison, Zach Wilson, the 2nd overall pick. So 3 years ago, the Jets took Zach Wilson as the 2nd pick overall, gave up all that draft capital and everything else to pick Zach Wilson. And now Spencer Rattler's going in the 5th round, and they're comparing them as almost comparable.
That makes me laugh. I was reading something. The guy was I read a couple. He beat up, but I was reading what he's analyzed the Bears draft and the other day, and he was ripped the Bears draft, Caleb Williams and blah blah blah.
Really?
And I get to the end of it, and his job before he started doing this, I don't think he does anymore. He was a Jet scout,
I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
and he might have been a guy. He
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a guy. He was there when Zach Wilson was drafted.
All right, well.
So I'm like, well,
Well,
I'm,
actually,
I'm not worried about your opinion at this
Right.
point. But
Yeah, I'm just amazed that this guy's exactly like Zach Wilson, who is somebody took 2nd overall.
well, at least Caleb Williams' comparison was they said Mahomes and they said Aaron Rodgers. Actually, they said,
Yeah.
well, I'm fine
I
with
would say
You know
more
what? I
Aaron
buy with
Rodgers.
those two.
Right.
He might not be close to those guys, but you know what?
Yeah.
That's better than saying Zach Wilson.
Ed, are you sure?
I mean, there's a almost 100% chance he's not going to be that good, but you never know. There's a 5% chance he could be.
Right. Yeah.
So say, Ed, are you sure they weren't comparing mothers?
Well,
Spencer Rattler's banged half the moms on the team.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like,
it's just a weird comparison.
Yeah, one of the
it's only been 3 years.
One of the scouting reports was talking about how Spencer Rattler improved the last 2 years at South Carolina, and how South Carolina
tie game. Yeah,
wasted away his last 2 years, and how he improved and the team didn't. So,
and it could be the same Caleb Williams type thing, as he didn't have guys to throw to.
Well, he got replaced by Caleb Williams at Oklahoma.
Yeah,
so
and Caleb was played good at Oklahoma.
Yeah,
everybody forgets about that.
Right.
He was good at Oklahoma before he got to USC.
Right. Yeah. He was a true freshman,
and he followed Lincoln Riley to USC.
Right.
Correct? Yeah, that's why he went there.
Right,
because he liked Lincoln Riley.
Right,
and he figured it was his best. It was smart because, like I said, he's been bred to be an NFL quarterback.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're good at it, that's a different story. Right. But obviously,
okay, Marinovich.
Not him. I hope not.
I mean, you never know.
At least you have something cool to talk about every week.
Yeah. Right? So I think we talked about this a little bit on draft night. We got 6 quarterbacks taken in the first 12 picks or whatever. I mean, how many of those guys make it as legit starting quarterback? I'm not talking like who's the Vikings guy now?
McCarthy.
Or
no,
Darnold. I'm not saying a guy like that because he's kind of backup-ish. I'm saying how many of those 6 actually in 2 years? Let's give him 2 years. How many of those 6 are going to be legit starting quarterbacks in the NFL?
All of them.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't think Drake May's. I mean, there'll still be a quarterback.
But
The
funny thing about Drake May is, what are the Patriots doing? They take Joe Milton in like a later round, so you've got 2 development
who can throw the ball out of the stadium.
Yeah.
So but why are you taking another developmental quarterback when you've already taken one for your first?
They were looking at the Falcons' no cards.
They're looking.
Someone's peeking over somebody's shoulder.
They're looking.
Those guys are sharp.
Hey. Right.
Did you see those Atlanta note cards? Those guys are sharp.
So who's gonna be the Kirk Cousins out of those 2?
And you don't know. Probably neither one of them. I don't think either one's going to be that good.
Kirk Cousins will stay healthy this year and he make a Pro Bowl. You watch. He's not going to give Pennis a chance to make the field. I tell you right now, he's a good quarterback.
Cousins, yeah, he's awesome.
As long as I think he's going to play no problem. But I believe that
his only knock is they don't win playoff games.
But he's never on a team that
he's a monster in the regular season.
The teams around him the team lets him down around him a lot of times.
The games he played over the last probably 2 years. So how many games did he play? Maybe 20. Just say over the last 2 years. I don't know. Maybe
he was on week 9, so he played probably 24 games.
24. He might have been the highest ranked quarterback in those 24 games.
He was the highest rated quarterback this
last
year. He got hurt.
I know. I had him in 2 leagues.
Yeah, he was on pace to be the number quarterback, whatever you want to call it.
I mean, he's got to be in the top 2 or 3 for yardage, touchdowns.
But remember Atlanta, what they won 9 games last year? 8?
Yeah.
Without a quarterback, kind of like the Jets. These are 2 teams that if you're Vegas bettors, those teams you bet to win the division probably this year because you can go bet them, maybe not win the whole thing, but you make you a few bucks. Although you should have picked them before they got Kirk Cousins, would have been a great number, but now it probably went down. But they're winnable divisions.
They could have probably put a kicking net out there last year, and they probably would have won 9 games because that's about what Desmond Ridder was.
Yeah.
He's a ball bag in baseball. I don't know what the term is for the kicking net or that thing that holds the ball where they kick it.
How about
the tee?
Tea bag.
Yeah,
could have put a tea bag out.
And again, Desmond Ridder, he was a pretty high pick, wasn't he? 2nd round or
Ridder was a
6th or 7th round pick. He was the late.
Oh, he was a late. Oh, okay, my
5th
fault.
round pick. I'm sorry, late 5th round.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's before Hop brought up though. I think Bo Nix is the guy that might be the odd man out.
There's another one. Yep,
he's gonna start.
But I think I don't know if he's. I mean, he made a good comparison. He's either new Mac Jones, maybe.
Yeah.
He's got scary eyebrows.
Maybe he's. I mean, I want them all to succeed because it makes football entertaining. So
there's been a couple of predictions that this is going to be another one of the 83 quarterback year. What was that one year where all these quarterbacks were huge? What year was that?
O'Brien, Marino.
So basically,
84, 83,
Blackledge.
Yeah, Blackledge.
Yeah. So basically, Marino was the last one drafted out of that, right?
23rd, I think he was.
Right.
Yeah.
Low. So Bo Nix was the last.
Yeah,
he'll be the best one out of them.
Are you trying to compare Bo Nix to Dan Marino?
I am. Wonder if he did a lot of coke. I want to know if he did a lot of cocaine in college. Too.
All right, I'm going to write this down. We're going to save this paper. He's saying Bo Nix is as good as Dan Marino.
That's his player comparison. Bo Nix, Dan Marino.
When we go to his funeral, it's going to be up on the wall. Once said Bo Nix is the next Dan Marino.
I mean, really, Bo Nix could. I think he went to the best place. He's coachable. He's going to a team that's got a good quarterback developer.
It's always possible. I bet 3 out of the 6 are serviceable quarterbacks. That's it. It's just numbers. I mean,
Well, a lot of these
Penix
guys,
might not play till 2030. So
Penix, and in 2 years, if Cousins does Aaron Rodgers, and wins a couple MVPs, or Penix never going to see the field there. He's going to get traded, and they're going to try and get a 4th round draft pick for him or something.
We rail on Mac Jones, but what did he have around him?
He didn't. I
He
thought
never had
I thought
much,
he'd be better.
But
he had a good first
They
year.
broke
solid.
him.
Made the playoffs.
they basically broke him because he was a fucking mess toward the end.
I think it was a long time since Bill Belichick had developed somebody at that position. I think that was the problem.
You think? What was it? 28 years?
Yeah, that was the problem. I mean, you went from a guy that was plugged that came up and ran the offense for you, was another coach.
But he had Judge and Patricia as fucking coordinators.
Oh my God, Patricia!
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
But once again, I mean,
Throw a fucking strike, Naris. What the fuck?
we laugh at these coordinators, but it's about players, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Patricia was a great coordinator when he had
Great players.
Tom Brady.
Right.
What did you say? You need the Jimmys
and Joes. It ain't
yeah.
the X's and O's, man. It never has been, never will be. It's you can have the greatest playmaker that developed plays ever, and it doesn't matter.
Right, because you don't have the players.
No, you got to have the guys, and that's the thing. That's why they draft every year, I guess, to get ones that might work. And I think the position with Bo Nix, I think it's a good place possibly. Here, it kind of reminds me of my comparison for him would be Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I was
Get him in the right spot.
Yeah, and he's going to be a good quarterback. He's going to be a solid quarterback when he's in the right situation, which, I mean, unbelievably last year, I think we never thought Baker Mayfield would have the year he did in Tampa last year. He had a great, probably his best year he's ever had in his career, one of his best ever.
You know why? Because he had a coordinator for the first time in back-to-back seasons.
Yeah, and he had good receivers too.
Yes.
Mike Evans and Chris Godwin beat up a little bit, decent running game, a solid offensive line.
Hall of Famer Mike Evans?
Hall of
Yeah.
Famer. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So
we agreed on
so
that.
what,
I believe.
anything more about the Packers? You guys find me?
No, it was all a depth draft, which is good. They're drafting at 25. What are you going? I mean, you're not drafting Hall of Famers probably at that. Yeah, I mean, possibly, but not in the big positions.
Right.
You're not getting a tackle. You're not getting a
right
top wide receiver.
Right. I really wanted if they were to take an offensive lineman with the first pick, I wanted the guy from Oklahoma that Dallas drafted.
Yeah.
But you look at Morgan, and he is like the most Packer pick of every Packer pick that the Packers have picked in the last 10 years.
It's like, what position? Oh,
right.
Yeah, you could probably play a couple
We'll
of
figure
them.
it out, but you played a lot. You were a cat. Like they picked, like the Packers podcast I listened to today. They picked like 6 captains, I think, on their teams. So I mean, they've got.
Oh, Jair's gonna be pissed.
I know.
Who's taking coin tosses on that team?
Jair said, "Oh, bitch, I'm not a captain again."
Right. So, but looking at some of the undrafted free agents, there were a couple players from UW Lacrosse and Whitewater that were invited to. One's a Packer camp, and I think the Bears took somebody from.
Yeah,
there.
they did. Yeah, they brought someone down.
Yeah.
They took a running back, a quarterback too in the
Yeah.
undrafted part. What was the guy's name? We were talking about it.
It's a guy from Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
So speaking of quarterbacks that got drafted, kind of shocked that Aaron's not pissed that the Jets drafted a quarterback. They took Jordan Travis.
Oh, okay.
From Florida State. So I think that's
a plan.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
a smart plan.
that's a developmental quarterback.
He's not a
for them.
starter, yeah.
Right?
And they got 2 years prior to Rodgers. Hopefully they'll
Right.
work it out, and that's the way it goes.
Right.
That's a smart pick though, and Rodgers ain't gonna look at it. I will say with the whole Rodgers and Love thing, I get what Rodgers is saying. I don't think he cared they took Jordan Love. I think they cared they didn't get things that he could use,
Right.
like toys. I mean,
Right.
T. Higgins passed by, and I mean not passed by, but the second round when Corey Dillon went, not calling Corey Dillon all the time, AJ Dillon.
Yeah.
Sorry. But I mean, there was a lot of receivers that went after that, and it was like he wasn't mad at Jordan Love. People I think took it all out of context. Him and Jordan Love are friends.
He was
It
mad
sounds
at
like
Gutekunst because he didn't get
parts that he could use. A shiny toy he could use. That's what it was. That's what it
Here's the
was.
thing: Rodgers is thinking this way, and the team's thinking over here this thing, and I know.
But they own the Bears. I get it, but I'll say one thing: they're like almost like the Bucks. They're teasy every year, like, "Oh, we're good. Now we're not good anymore." Nah. We're not good enough.
Right.
We're gonna do this, and we're gonna.
They give everybody a reason to follow, though. You're in the playoffs just about every year, but
Yeah,
you don't. It is what it is. I
They're
mean,
going to be a trendy pick for the Super Bowl this year because what they did last year, and they might take a step back because their defense isn't going to be as good. So my personal opinion,
it's a defense in training now.
Right.
yeah, it's a really young defense.
Right.
It's gotten younger.
They might be
They had a new scheme.
right again.
Yeah.
They might be one of the youngest teams in the NFL because I think their oldest player is
well, Devondre Campbell's gone now.
31, yeah.
I think weren't the Bears like the third youngest last year?
Yeah.
And I think they're except for
there we go.
Keenan Allen. I mean,
He's like 70.
yeah, he doubled their average age.
yeah.
No, the Bears are young. The Packers are young. The Lions.
The Lions are young.
are on
Right.
fire.
Besides Goff, I mean th're young,
Right.
and that's fine. Your quarterback can be old.
How about
Not old, but he can be.
How about Stafford wanted more guaranteed money now?
Does he really?
Yeah. How about stay fucking healthy?
How about don't break your back?
Right. God damn! I read that today. I'm
Well, it's
like,
not cheap to live in Malibu.
no, I guess not.
I'm telling you. I would live
He's
there.
got 8 kids too, doesn't he, or something like that? Or
Is he on the Phillip Rivers plan?
Yeah.
What are you getting, Willie? Just no, I'm good right now.
Can you grab
Give
me a
me one
water?
of those NAs if they're in there. Those
a
are good.
water or like a 0-calorie soda, please.
So I'm looking at the rankings after the draft. I mean, we're not obviously
go
we're not
ahead.
going to go through every team. I thought Minnesota did really well as for their first two picks.
Yeah, let's talk about
especially.
Minnesota for a second. I thought they had a little bit.
Let me see
I don't
if-
think it'd be as the CJ Stroud thing, but I think they did almost like
Oh, I
the
don't-
Texans last year.
Right.
They got two possible rookie of the
Starters.
year candidates.
They got two big
Rookie
starters.
of the year candidates.
Right.
Similar to the Bears, they got two guys that are going to make a difference on the team.
They should start. Yeah.
Right. And O'Connell is a guy that can develop a quarterback.
Yeah.
He did it with the Rams. Yeah, I mean, think about like some of the like where these quarterback went. Like McCarthy went to a great situation. Bo Nix went to a great situation. We'll see what happens with who's the number 2 pick, Jaden Daniels, and then with New England, I forget who their offensive coordinator is, but he's a developer, a quarterback.
Didn't last week when we were talking about the draft before when Pete was here, didn't he? He's the one that said the only guy that played in a solid offense was LSU.
I said that.
But how about Jamie McCarthy? Played in Jim
No,
Harbaugh's
what
pro style offense.
What
right?
I read is it was the most pro style offense
Jim
of all of
Harbaugh
them.
by far is a pro style offense.
Oh,
hands
yeah.
down.
Wouldn't you think?
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
LSU? Or
Maybe they were
Michigan?
just talking about the top 3 or 4 then, because JJ McCarthy wasn't in there.
He played in the best
Plus-
one.
Yeah, I agree
with
with
Jim
you.
Harbaugh. Oh, he had the best pro ready coaching.
Absolutely.
He's got a good arm.
He might have had the most talented team. They took 13 guys.
Yeah,
in
and that's the thing
draft.
too. That's the thing with these guys that have talent around them. It's hard sometimes because you don't know. But I liked McCarthy. I do.
I watched
like
him on.
I like him.
Rich Eisen interviewed him right before the draft.
Okay.
So he didn't know where he was going yet.
Right.
And I'll tell you what, sharp kid.
Yeah.
Very down to earth. He's more like meditative type. You know, he's probably jumping on stripper poles when we're not seeing him, but very low key, very humble.
Do you know how he got to Michigan?
No.
He's from Hinsdale, right?
Oh, he's from right here.
Yeah. So
I think I did hear that.
he wanted to go to Ohio State, and he visited Ohio State like 2019, 2020, wanted to commit, and they said don't commit yet, but we're not going to take a quarterback until after the season, and they took and offered Kyle McCord, who's now at Syracuse, and JJ McCarthy said, "Fuck you guys, I'm going to Michigan."
And he probably was like, "Oh, that's very unpleasant." The way he was very well spoken.
Right. No, he said straight up that he hates Ohio State now because of that.
And they asked him questions, and he had. I mean, sometimes you see these guys that be like, they'll ask him a question like, what are you looking for in the future? What I'm saying, we want to win everything, you know. And it's like he was very reserved and made the right answers, and I was impressed. I really did not see that in him.
Did anyone see Keon Coleman's press conference?
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
About, I got this coat?
Oh, that was great.
Yeah. I showed you that, right?
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah,
I got Macy's.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's expensive. it was $79 or something.
And the whole thing, like at the end of it, he's like, "Hey, can I grab some of these?" And he's talking about cookies, like cookies and the things. And these cookies good? Yeah.
Dude, he sounds like you. That's the guy you want on your team right there.
It was so awesome. Like,
because he's talking about his coat. He's like, I need to get one in green and red now too. I don't have, or blue and red.
Yeah.
I don't have
blue and red. Yeah.
Man, we were poor. We didn't.
I know. He goes, I didn't do shopping on Thanksgiving.
Well,
I'm all about eating on Thanksgiving.
They asked him about the cold.
Yeah.
Too.
And he goes,
Where's he? He played in. Where did he play?
Yeah, he played at Michigan State.
He goes, I played at Michigan State. Where do you think
Right.
I played? He goes, yeah, it was crazy.
Oh,
That's for Ed. Oh,
thank
no,
you.
no.
Thank you, Willie.
That's for Ed.
No, fuck that. Mountain Dew Zero
Fucker.
makes Ed frisky.
Thanks, Billy.
Oh my God. Well, I'll ruin this chair.
He might be my new favorite player now.
I agree. He was the best interview on there, talking about his coat and how he was poor.
Right.
And we didn't go shopping on Thanksgiving, Black
Right.
Friday. We didn't go shopping. We didn't have no money for that.
We shop in the
We shop
summer.
in the summer for coats.
That's my mom taught me to shop in the summer for coats.
Yeah.
Awesome kid, just down to earth. I mean, he might
who
be
is this?
Keon Coleman.
Yeah.
Okay.
From the Bills.
Well, yeah, Bills now.
Yeah, but
Awesome.
At the end, he's like, "Any of these cookies good?" And one of the women reporters like, "I ate 3 of them." He goes, "For real?" He goes, "I have one with me."
You hope he stays that humble the whole time.
Right.
You know, he reminds me of it's
Right.
like almost like an Andy Van Slyke or one of these
Right.
goofballs that just Gronk even.
Right. Gronk was just, he was just a.
Gronk's almost like a caricature of himself.
I think Gronk like puts off that party boy attitude
for sure.
because everyone expects it. But
For sure.
that dude knew the offense in and out.
Mhm.
Like, so.
But it's always like the program when they're talking to the guy and he's in school and they're like, "Oh, what's 12 plus 18?" I didn't know any of that shit, and he's just whatever it is. And then they're in the room. This happens. I go through the 5-hole. This guy goes.
Right,
He knew
right.
every single play. The smartest guy on the field,
Yeah,
but
the
he
linebacker, and he couldn't read.
couldn't read,
Yeah.
didn't know math, but he
Right.
knew every single play.
Right. I
And it's
killed that
true.
dude.
Yeah, I was thinking too. The tackle the Bears took at Penn State. You see,
Oh.
he's a Bears fan when he's younger.
Yeah.
He wrote like something like
He-
2020. Get rid of the line, get a new line and stuff like
No,
that.
he met the GM a year ago on the golf course.
Oh, okay.
With his dad.
Yeah.
And he said, "You're going to be drafting me next year."
Oh, but he wrote something. He tweeted it like back in 2020 about the Bears. He's a Bear fan. He goes like something to the effect, "You guys need a new offense. Get rid of the whole line or something like that." And
Nice.
that year was true. He was right.
Yeah.
I wonder if his teammates are like, "We're going to show that rookie like what's up with the NFL."
Yeah.
Is he kind of a project type guy too, or
They say he's the chance to he's gonna what the plan is they don't want to play Braxton Jones, and I don't think Braxton Jones is $20 million. He's a solid tackle.
Is he the guy that they drafted a couple years ago?
He's like 6th rounder too. He's solid. He's a
Okay,
left,
I'm
he's a
thinking of
left
somebody
tackle.
else.
Yeah, they have him, and the other side is Borum. Larry Borum is the other end, and then they have Darnell Wright, and they have Ryan Bates, who
Okay.
they traded for. He's gonna play center. And I can't remember who the guard will be now. The other guard.
Who's the guy they got from? Was it Tennessee?
Tennessee.
Was he the free agent?
Yeah, he may be the other guard possibly. I don't
I'm
know.
thinking of somebody else.
I know they dumped what's his name finally. And I liked him, but he just
Whitehair.
Yeah, I think Whitehair got
Cody
cut.
Whitehair.
Yeah, he got cut. He had a couple injuries. Never was the
Yep,
same. He really
I agree.
Never was the same. He was solid too, but yeah, I think he could start or be a swing. Be a
good.
guy that can come in. But right now the tackles are filled.
I'm loving this. The North is the damn Norris division. It's going to be. I mean, the Lions look like they're head and shoulders, maybe head above everybody else.
Right. They might have had the
The
best
Bears
draft.
have made a huge improvement. And they were pretty good.
Right.
The Packers are adding depth. They had a great second half of the year. Vikings added some guys. They have more holes than anybody else.
Right. Yeah. But the thing about the Vikings is that
And they're not bad.
They have a shit ton of money to spend next year. They're going to be $120 million under the cap.
Yep.
How much are the Bears on the cap right now?
They're like 30. They
Yeah,
still have
it's
a
like
lot.
30 or
I
something.
think I want to make a prediction. If when the cuts come
An
and there's
offensive
a guy
lineman.
worth money and the best passer that comes available.
Pass rusher?
Yep.
Yeah.
I like
can
it.
see that.
If it's someone that's
Max Crosby.
they've been very
frugal.
I like what they're doing with the
I wouldn't
age
call it-
thing.
yeah, I don't-
Besides Keenan Allen, they
Right.
have a bunch of high age guys going on grabbing. Oh, let's get. If it's over 28, they're not going to get him. I bet.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised.
Right. I wouldn't call it frugal. I think they're being smart with their money. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
Better. Than, I think.
Right.
I think Ryan Post.
I think you're right. You got money to spend. There's going to be some cuts.
But they're
you
spending
could
on the-
make a trade here
Right.
Yeah.
at the end because
And
they've
maybe
got
they will
space.
they'll extend. Maybe they'll extend Keenan Allen.
Right.
It doesn't say they can't.
Right.
They got, just because you're a draft receivers, I mean you can't extend somebody.
Yeah, what happens with one of these teams? Say, I'll just make a suggestion. Say Dallas has an extra now defensive end or rush guy,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, we could save $12 million by cutting them.
And they cut Micah
and the
Parsons,
Bears
and the Bears took him out.
Right. And I think that's why the Packers didn't, because they were like
championship.
That'd be awesome. When they got Micah. Anybody would love to have Micah Parsons.
not the Cowboys, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Right. We're all in.
Yeah.
All right, so in the next 5 years, each of us had to throw $100 down. Who's going to have the most wins in the North.
Total 5 years.
5 years.
It could be any three. And I mean, the Vikings might be able to sneak in there eventually. It's a tough division.
If we're going to say 5 years, I think the Vikings are still 2 years away.
Yeah, that's
right now. Like,
so you kind of eliminate them
today. Right now, I would take the Lions because they still have Goff. They've got the best running back.
I will say this: if it goes by numbers and by how it should,
right?
I bet there's not a 10-game difference between the top and the bottom.
I agree. That was going to be my next thing.
And I bet you have 3 different division.
It might be
winners
closer
at least
than
in the
that.
next 5 years.
Right.
I bet it mixes up. I think it's Detroit's time, and Detroit has to keep the windows open.
Right.
They have to go through it.
This
now.
is
They
their
have
year.
But they have to make
got
some
2
good.
Yep, they have to. They got 2, and they've been doing. Their front office is arguably the best front office in the North at this point. They I don't care what anybody says. The last couple of years, they've done a great job in getting talent that plays.
Well,
and
look at
starting talent. It's anywhere they grab. It's a start. What the hell? This guy picked. Oh, he's a starter.
Look at their team right now. They have the best quarterback. They have the best running back. You can arguably say they have the best wide receiver in St. Brown, best tight end. Who's better than St. Brown?
I think DJ Moore over St. Brown. Yeah. And I'm not saying that.
No.
DJ Moore's
Justin Jefferson. Way.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I'm
that's
sorry.
true. Yeah.
You're right. Justin. Forgot about him.
Right.
I take DJ Moore second.
Yeah.
I'd have no problem
He had
with
his
that.
best season in his career last year.
Right.
And Christian Watson third.
No.
Shut
You never-
You can name another Packer receiver. I don't care, but not him.
Watch. You never know.
Yeah.
This is his. He's
gonna be a make or break
he's got to perform this
Are
year
we
in
talking
spring
more
training.
hamstrings or
He's got to perform.
He
He's
may get
gone.
cut. He
That's
may
what I
get cut.
mean. Yeah.
he could be cut? Tim, we
Or
talked
tra-
about.
or-
We talked about.
Oh
that.
yeah, or they're traded to the Steelers. One of the two.
Yeah.
He's not a head case, so maybe they'll take him.
No, they won't take him.
Speaking of the Steelers, I hate to bring this up, but they brought up. I've got the rankings in front of me, and since they picked up Justin Fields, they jumped into the top 10.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think that's why, but
it's probably Russell Wilson.
They had a great,
it's
they had
part
a
of
great
it's
draft
both.
too.
Yeah, they had a good
Yeah,
draft.
I'm joking.
Eagles
They got
actually had a decent draft.
Cooper DeJean. They got the linebacker from NC State, Wilson, right?
Are we going to talk about Cooper DeJean?
Cooper DeJean. They drafted like Steelers players. You know what I mean?
I thought the Packers were going to trade up and take him in the second round, but he's kind of a tweener.
Right.
He's more of like how Urlacher came out almost, where you thought he was going to be a safety, and then he ended up.
He reminds me of Micah Hyde.
Yeah,
yeah.
He's
That's what he
a
reminds me
big
of,
guy.
right.
He can fly around, but he doesn't he's not big enough to be a.
So I think the Packers would have been any team because he kind of crosses 2 numbers off your list.
Yeah.
He could be a nickel back and he could be a safety.
Yeah, that's
so he kind of gets one guy in one position. You could take someone else somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why the Bears.
They
didn't have
said he's a
chance at that
very
spot. I would've
interesting
been
pick.
Great, but the Bears went in the area to pick him.
Well, didn't the Steelers just pick a couple years ago? Was like, didn't they pick the guy out of who picked the guy out of Michigan? Was it Peppers?
That's Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. Yeah,
took Jabril. Yeah,
and he had really no position either.
well, I mean, he was there. I think he was with the Giants for a while.
Yes.
Right. He
Yeah,
eventually found a position, but coming out of college, they weren't sure where they were going to put him.
Well, he was a safety, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he was wasn't he the best player in college football that year?
He was up there.
Or
Yeah,
up
he
there?
sure was,
Whatever that
yeah.
award is for best defensive player, I don't know.
But we've had a
Not
few
the
of those.
Heisman, but I'm talking.
We've had a few of those safety linebacker guys come out, and Urlacher again
Oh,
too. That goes back, and he was a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but he's a great athlete and he does a lot of things well, but like not one thing great. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that scared away the Packers a little bit. And he broke his leg, broke his foot.
Yeah,
So-
he broke something. Yeah, it was,
Plus, did you see this bullshit? Some reporter asks him a stupid question, which he shouldn't even have to answer.
About being white.
Oh, that's a stupid question too. But no, about because he goes to Iowa. Could you beat Caitlin Clark in a basketball game?
He was an all-state basketball player.
Oh, he would beat her. There would be no question. But he shouldn't have to answer. He's got no win. He can't win that argument because they're going to go, oh, you really think you beat Caitlin Clark? That guy's got a 40-inch vertical.
Yeah.
He's dunking over. They got video of him dunking
yeah.
over. 2 guys are like 6'5", and he's going right over the top of them. Not even.
I've seen, yeah.
It's crazy how he can jump.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up. That guy's a freak athlete.
They should ask him if he can punt.
Kick field goal.
That should be the quick question.
Yeah, he was like a stud basketball player in
Yeah.
high school.
He was all-state basketball.
Yeah. So I mean, really, you're going to ask a guy that question? He can't win, no matter what he answers. If he's honest, it's against girl power or whatever. If he isn't honest, what's he going to say?
Right.
He's obviously he knows he can.
I'm surprised they didn't ask if it was trimmed or not.
Yeah, exactly.
You look hairy, Cooper.
He should have said. Now,
Giggity.
but if he probably wasn't prepared for the question, if he was prepared, he could have come up with, Antonio Brown could beat her, right? You know,
Right.
or he could say, I could beat Antonio Brown in a basketball game for sure. You know, that would be
Right.
But dude, these reporters trying to get these gotcha questions drive me nuts. It's some kid. Now you're going to try and wreck his career by
Clickbait, right? So I don't think you should really grade a draft until like 3 years down the road. Kind of like recruiting
Definitely.
class.
3 years, yeah,
Right.
Definitely.
because it's not like an F like Seattle again.
Yeah, I would like to see like some of these guys from the draft grades from 3 years ago. You know what I mean? And every year they run these articles at the end of the year, like the redraft, like so and so would be, because you'll watch at the end of this season, there'll be some 4th round pick, like Nakua, right?
Oh, for sure.
You know, so someone was making fun of like the Cowboys or the Raiders for drafting the Air Force safety.
No, you don't know though.
Right.
I agree with you. You don't.
Well, the whole thing is the Air Force. He has to do his military commitment. And
remember when New England got just destroyed for drafting Tom Brady, you know, or
6th round. Yeah.
Well, what a waste. We already got Drew Bledsoe. What do we need this scrub for? You know, yeah. You don't know.
But I like
3 years is a good
Yeah.
time period.
I like the fact we drafted the Tulane quarterback as a developmental process, getting back to.
They got the Pratt guy,
Yeah.
which I thought would have been the best. I mean, other than Rattler, but after that, he was like the best developmental quarterback to have.
Right.
And they picked 3 or 4 ahead of him. And
Right. Going back to
good pick.
Drafting a quarterback every year to flip and, you know, so doing the Ron Wolf method. So, I mean, that's what Elliott Wolf's doing too in New England. Like, one quarterback's not enough. We need to develop 2.
Yeah. Yeah, when I looked at the quarterbacks on the second day out, because they talked about they were going to take one.
Right.
Gunakus, or was it Gunakus said it?
Yeah.
They want to take one every year.
Yeah.
And the first guy that I looked at the list, you know, and there's 20 quarterback, and that Pratt guy was like,
Right.
that would be a guy that would be perfect
And he
for that.
fits their bill too. A guy that
Not that I know football, but
Right. I mean, his athletic score was high. Played a lot of games. He was team captain. So when Milton was at Michigan, McCarthy and who else was there too that he had transferred?
The kid that went to Iowa, McNamara.
McNamara.
Yeah,
McNamara.
Yeah.
Jerry McNamara.
So
can't Minnesota get a quarterback out of these groups, or even Iowa? You know, how many quarterbacks are moving around?
A lot. Right.
Minnesota didn't even have a guy that can move the ball down the field. They had an unbelievable defense.
Yeah.
Iowa had a great defense.
Yeah, don't forget that Detroit's got Hooker from last year. That played in Tennessee.
Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So okay. So let's do these Vegas rankings. Who do you guys think you got in the top? Let's do top 6.
Who had the best draft, or who's the top
This
team?
is after the draft and
Chiefs,
after
Kansas City's number 1.
Yep.
Niners.
Yep.
Ravens.
Yep.
Detroit.
Eagles?
Good job.
And Eagles.
No.
Eagles aren't in the top 6.
No.
Really?
Wow.
Bengals.
Texans.
Bengals are, and to me they would be closer to the. I would say in the next 6th for me.
I agree with that because you don't know how Burrow's going to come
Yeah,
back. And how the
and they didn't have a great year last. I mean, they were all
who's the
right.
receiver that asked for a trade?
Higgins.
T. Higgins.
Yeah.
You can ask.
I can't believe.
But
he didn't get
they drafted another receiver too.
I can't believe he didn't get traded.
I don't think. I don't think they're keeping him. I don't think they get rid of him.
No.
At this point, it's hard. I mean, yeah, cuts coming and stuff. So maybe they'll come down the road. But you don't trade someone on draft day. It's a weird thing not to
Right.
trade them because you think draft day be the day to trade guys.
Where are the Texans on there?
I haven't got that. So the 5th team was the Bills, which I think is way overrated.
It's way overrated.
Yeah, I don't think they've lost a lot. But I mean, they got a great quarterback there.
They got Coleman.
They don't have a receiver. We talked about this.
Yeah.
They lost Gabe Davis and Diggs.
Yeah, but they've got what's his name from Utah, the tight end, Kincaid.
They got 2 tight ends. They got 2 good tight ends.
Right.
Sometimes when you get rid of something, addition by subtraction.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And it worked for Minnesota.
Diggs might have been the problem.
Yeah.
Not a problem, but just not a fit for Josh Allen didn't play quarterback well sometimes because he was, I think, looking for him too much.
What's
and
the
Josh
guy?
Allen's he's the leader of that team, no question.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What's the guy on TikTok that we saw that does? He was doing the Josh Allen and and C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna throw me the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, he calls him up.
Yeah, he calls him up.
Good luck with that.
So the next I don't know, the top half then. So the next group is, you mentioned the Texans. Which I agree with. The Eagles, which I would probably put them higher.
Right.
They've had 3 good drafts in a row.
Yeah. Yeah. No one talks about the Eagles.
Last year had a lot of locker room problems. I don't know that you heard about.
Yeah.
And nothing with the locker room changed.
You're right. AJ Brown.
AJ Brown was one of the problems. They said, and they signed him more money.
And Hurts actually didn't have that good a year.
No.
When you look at it, I think it was like 23 touchdowns and like 15 or 16 interceptions.
But I think they ran for like 15.
Yeah. They got
He
got
runs
Kenny
for
coming in, so they got a good backup now.
So then it goes Dallas, the Packers. I'm not sold on the Cowboys.
I'm
They're
not
in a
sold on the
weak
Cowboys
division.
But Ezekiel Elliott's
I was going to say, they got
They have-
Zeke back.
They don't even have a running back. Not even
Yeah,
none.
they do. Ezekiel.
Did he sign today?
Yeah, 1 year, $3 million.
Yeah, that's
They also signed the one kid. He's not a starter, but what's the running back? I was looking at this weekend. I found it. I can't remember.
They do have some. They can gun the ball around the field, though.
Right.
I mean, they do have some receivers. So they got. Funny, it's like Dallas, Packers, Jets.
Jets. I put the Jets in the top 10 because Rodgers is going to play.
Yeah,
Yeah, and their they didn't lose anybody from their defense, and they actually gained guys, right? They
won 8 games without that, without an offense.
Yeah.
and they got the defensive lineman from the Eagles.
Yeah. I can't remember his name.
but they're in a tough division. So
I don't think it's that tough
You turn on ESPN.
the Dolphins are the next team, which I dropped them way down now.
because they lost so many defensive players. But I mean, yeah.
So who do you think is right behind the Dolphins? There's 4 teams here left.
Jacksonville,
No, which is crazy because they were in a playoff team.
Indy.
The Rams.
The Rams are in there.
Oh, yeah, there you
Right. Indy's not there, right?
No, they don't have them in the top of the league.
East or West.
We got 2 in the
go. How about
NFC.
Tampa?
Nope,
Really?
Tampa's ranked farther back. I've seen that.
That's
New
kind of
Orleans?
Nope, they're
No.
farther back. That whole division. So the top team's Atlanta. They got in there. That's the next one.
How about Seattle?
Nope.
Wow.
So the Chargers.
Oh,
They don't have anything.
They don't have any receivers. They got running back.
Now they do,
They
yeah.
got a line now.
And then the Bears.
Yeah.
So they got the and I believe the next one's the Vikings. So I think they have the whole NFC North almost in the top half of
Yeah,
the NFL.
I saw one dude predict like
And the South all except Atlanta in the bottom half.
3 teams are going to make the playoffs out of the North.
And
next year.
the other NFC, what's East?
Right.
So they got the 2 teams and the other 2 aren't anywhere near.
Right. So you got Washington, Philly, Dallas.
Washington and the Giants are way down at the bottom.
Right. The NFL had
and the
32
Giants are a team that they lost their quarterback last year.
Right.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, I agree. And he had a good year the year
Yeah,
before. I don't know why.
NFL have 32 teams at 30.
32.
So they're not up for expansion.
So the bottom 4, Broncos, Titans, which
Carolina, Patriots, Titans.
That's it.
Right.
Yeah. And then you got the Raiders, the Giants, Cardinals, and Commanders down there too.
Cardinals are going to be better than I think Cardinals are like what because their defense is sneaky good, and
Kyler.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what. When Kyler's on the field, he does put
he's
up
going
some
to be.
numbers.
Yeah, he's got another year of being healthy, like coming back from that knee surgery.
I don't think him and Marvin Harrison are be putting up these super numbers, which
I
everybody
do.
thinks right off the bat.
Look when he had
Hopkins.
But again, Marvin Harrison. I mean,
and
they
have a
got to
good
be on
tight
the
end.
same page.
And they have a good tight end.
Yeah, they do have a good tight end.
Yep. He's pretty good.
But I mean, just to drop him in right away, it's happened. I mean, it happened with Jefferson.
Right.
He pretty much right out of the gates, he was good.
Right.
But it usually takes him a little while.
CeeDee Lamb too.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb's another one.
For
There's
the
probably about
Cowboys?
you can probably go about 4 or 5 guys, but most of these guys it takes them a good half a year. Wide receivers even get going.
Cowboys
Jordan
don't-
Addison did this year. Took him a while.
Right. Cowboys don't make the NFC Championship game. Belichick will be coaching next year. I'm gonna say that now.
Okay, I'll write that down.
Or Deion.
Cowboys.
I don't think Deion's coming to the pros yet. I think he's gonna like fuck up Colorado for a couple more years, and then, dude, they're like
Gonna run that in the ground. And then,
right. They're bashing him bad right now. Like some of
You
these
should get a
recruits.
whiteboard and write all this crap on
Right.
stuff. You know, just kind of.
It'll be all like porno and penises and stuff up there, but
Yeah,
halfway
and that's
through.
just Jace's stuff.
Yeah. then we'll add to it.
Right.
It's we got some brainstorming going on up there. Let's go. No, but yeah, it's
Or put it on our webpage.
if they don't make the NFC Championship game, you're saying they're going to fire
McCarthy.
Well, he's going to get fired if they don't make it either way.
Who else would be on the hot seat for the NFL coaches for next year?
Do we want to go that far? We can't. Let's wait a little bit for
Come
that.
on!
After next year?
Yeah.
I don't care. We can look at it real quick.
Frenchie?
Not yet.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, unless
How many new
unless they
coaches
win
were there
like
this
2
year?
games.
5, 6 this year. New coaches.
See, Carolina,
Atlanta,
New England,
Seattle.
That's 4.
Yeah, I think they gutted the league already. I mean, what do we got left?
Washington, that's 5.
Vegas, he was new because he was interim. Then he became new.
Yeah, we'll give that. That's 6.
Chargers.
How about
7.
Okay, so we got hot seat coaches.
All right. So let's go by division.
Pick one from each division. AFC North: Baltimore, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati.
I'm gonna say Cleveland. That's so unfair because they got fucking the massager.
I'm going to say Mike Tomlin.
Really?
Yeah.
He's made the playoffs every year.
But yeah, what if he doesn't make it?
What's he got to show for it?
Yeah, but
he's that team that gets in and gets beat the first round every
Pittsburgh's
year.
really patient.
And even not even as much
To a
as like
fault.
the Packers at least are going in at like a few years ago 13-3 and getting beat. You know, they come in the Steelers are like sneaking in every year.
Right.
It's like the last
They
game of the
snuck in
year.
this year.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not. The whole thing is they're not spending money on like big name players and failing. You know what I mean? They got Russell Wilson for the league minimum at like $1.3 million. If he sucks, you've got Fields. So
I'm going
but
Tomlin.
I like that choice.
You got to pick one.
I really do.
Right.
I don't see Baltimore Harbaugh getting fired
Harbaugh,
no matter
no.
what. I don't see the Bengals coach getting fired. I really don't.
No.
Because
What about
if Burrow stays healthy, he makes the playoffs.
What about the Cleveland coach?
I don't even know who they're.
Stefanski?
No, he just was coach of the year, wasn't he?
It doesn't matter.
After 1 year.
I don't think he gets fired either.
All right.
I mean, I don't think anybody. To be honest, if I had to pick, I would say none of the above in that division next year. But I'll go Tomlin because that makes
Let's
sense.
do AFC South: the Texans, the Jags, the Colts, and Titans.
Texans. He's got another
Colts
2
is
years.
new, right?
Colts and Tennessee are newer.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to Doug Peterson, right?
Yeah, I'm going Peterson.
I'm going to go Peterson if they don't make the
Yeah,
playoffs.
'cause they-
I'm going to say none of the above too.
Plus, he's got a small penis. If you ever heard that story, you
Yeah,
ever heard that
I've
story?
this story.
Yeah, it's funny.
It's a great story.
I'm going Doug Peterson.
I agree.
And the West, none of the above again.
For AFC West?
Never. Vegas ain't going to fire Pierce after 1 year. They're
No,
not
they're-
not going to fire Sean Payton.
Reed might
And
retire.
John Harbaugh will not get fired.
Right. And
Jim
Reed might
Harbaugh.
retire. Right.
Get it right.
Reed
Maybe
might retire.
retirement,
Yeah.
Right.
but not a firing.
No. Yeah.
So, wow, that might
And-
be not as many as you think next year, maybe.
Right.
So AFC East, though,
AFC East.
I got Coach
The Jets.
Coach Creepy.
The Jets coach.
No way.
Salah?
They're going to make the playoffs. If Rodgers healthy, they're making the playoffs. Plain and simple.
But what if
what if he's healthy and they don't make the
Yeah, what if
playoffs?
they go 4-17 or how many games?
Without him last year? I don't understand where it lost in translation. It's crazy.
They won 7.
Yeah, they won 7 games last year without a
They got
quarterback.
some good players.
Yeah,
They
they have a
do.
great defense.
Oh, you know what?
Well, that's what we're
I keep
saying.
forgetting. You know who's going to get fired is the Dolphins coach.
That's
That's
I
what
just
he
said, Coach
Creepy.
McCreepy.
Coach
Yeah.
Creepy.
Coach Creepy. He's going to have
Coach Creepy 2.0, I like to
Right.
call him. Tressman was the original coach.
As I've said for a year, that shit's starting to wear off
Yeah.
now when you're not winning games.
Well, if you watch Hard Knocks, I said it the whole time last year, you could just tell they were in meetings, they're laughing, he's
Right.
talking. I'm like, it's weird.
Again, I go back. It's even like Ditka, who's a Hall of Fame coach. It wears thin, or Belichick. After a while, if you're not winning, the antics and the weird shit, they got to answer for it.
Hard Knocks tells a lot of stories.
And exactly right.
Mhm.
How many times did that guy who was licking feet? All of a sudden he's gone.
He was hilarious. Rex Ryan was awesome on Hard
Oh my
Knocks.
God, yes.
All right, now we go to the NFC. We got obviously McCarthy. There's no question. right
NFC
there.
East. Yeah.
I think everybody agrees on that one.
That would be the choice in the division.
Right.
Because
I,
nobody else.
I think the Philly coach is.
yeah, the Philly coach would have a chance too.
Yes.
It's
Last year,
Sirianni.
there was a lot
or-
of talking.
Sirianni.
I would take Sirianni and McCarthy could both get fired.
Yep.
I like that.
Even because McCarthy can win and still get fired.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you could.
Sirianni might not win, but I think he will. As long as he makes the playoffs, he's safe.
I think McCarthy's even worse off if he goes like 14-3 and loses.
Well, how about
if he gets railed like the Packers did to him this year? He's
Right.
gone.
How about Brian Dabble?
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah. But he's got.
He'll go back. Here's what's going to happen with him. He'll get fired. He goes back to the Bills and resurrects.
No,
Allen
because they
again.
got Joe Brady. He might. Oh,
I was gonna say the Bills coach could be fired.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
He
too.
might be fired over Coach Creepy. Yeah.
Right.
You
'Cause
think so?
I think
What's
he was
his
on the
name?
hot seat this year.
I can
McDermott.
McDermott.
Yeah, he's a good coach too. I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but you know,
I can see Dayball making it through the year. They fire McDermott, and Dayball goes to Buffalo and leads them to the Super Bowl in 25.
Okay, so we got a couple in that division. NFC North, I'm going to guess none.
Frenchie.
Frenchie would be the only one that would have a chance.
Frenchie would be. I mean, if you're going to talk about anyone in that division, Frenchie would be the one.
Yeah,
I think Eberflus.
Eberflus. Is
Really?
what I think.
You can't
Sure
fire
do.
him the first year.
This is his third
This is
year.
third year.
No, but it's his first year with his team, essentially. This is his
Well,
team now.
They're expected to do well, and the
Oh, I
defense
don't
was
know.
good last
He's
year. at the
set
end of the year.
up. He's
If they
set
don't
up
carry,
great.
the defense don't carry over. He should be blamed.
He's playing in the toughest division in football. He could have a tough year. It's possible.
Right.
Well, his players do like him,
I'm
from
yeah,
what I hear, but that doesn't
I-
mean a whole lot.
I'm completely against that. You just got this started. Now you're going to start again?
Well, that's the weird thing. There was a lot of talk about that. If things don't,
You should have
go
done that
through,
already.
Yeah, because
Right.
weren't they talking? They were talking about.
Putting Williams in a bad situation.
Right.
You know, I mean,
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
not
it's
a
going to
good-
be a new offensive coordinator, a new coach, new defense again. You can't do that. They got to
Why-
at least
why
go a
can't
couple.
you?
Because you're back in
They
the
changed the culture. Remember?
yeah. Change it back. Oh my
Just
god.
saying. I'm just saying they're changing.
I would
culture
be
in that
so
building.
disappointed because we've talked about this with Cutler, with Fields. You keep changing everything, and they can never get their
It's a new
footing.
culture.
Color was a product of change. I think Fields was just talent.
Yeah, but I don't know. They looked a lot better last year. I mean, they outscored the Vikings last year.
Hmm.
Vikings have all those offensive weapons, and well, Cousins was out though. That's right.
Well, they only ended up 23 points behind the Packers.
Behind the Packers,
which is really strange.
but the Packers' defense was way better.
By 29
29, it
points.
was about
Yeah,
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
but
the Bears defense, I think the last 8
Yeah.
games was, I think, the best defense in football. I think, right?
Yeah.
Or top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Packers and the Bears both played a good second half of the season.
So the South?
South,
the whole South, all of them.
well,
I think,
Falcons is new.
the Saints.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Saints. What's-
Dennis Allen.
Allen.
I think.
Oh,
Allen.
for sure.
I would
Yeah.
pick him.
All right.
I can't believe Mickey Loomis still has a job.
And then the West.
West is Rams, possibly. I don't know who's the Rams coach.
Nope. McVay.
It's McVay.
They
He ain't
fire
going nowhere.
McVay.
Yeah, he'll
And
retire.
Seattle and Arizona knew. And
Yeah.
49ers, Shanahan is getting fired. Even if they have a bad year, he ain't getting fired.
No, he's been in the NFC Championship like what 7 years in a row or something.
He gets a year. He gets a year to prove himself.
What if
He's put him in the Super Bowl almost every
And-
year.
And they're. Yeah, I mean,
And now you're going to change the culture again.
right?
And they're going to have to get rid of Ayuk or Debo probably.
yeah.
Do you like their wide receiver pick?
I do.
I didn't like it.
Why?
I don't think he was as good.
Who are they? Who would you rather have them take?
I don't know. I mean, to me,
See, that's
he's
the
more of
thing.
a gadget guy.
That's fine. That's good.
I
That
guess
works
for
out.
that offense, it probably works.
But he played.
And as a replacement for Debo?
He played at
Yeah.
ASU with Daniels.
Yeah.
But is that a Debo replacement?
He could be.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Right.
I agree with
Ayuk's more a straight up receiver,
Debo is a
running back almost.
a running back that plays wide
Yeah.
receiver. Basically, he is a gadget player.
Yeah, but I don't know. He's almost past his prime now.
Right.
It's all speed, and now he's getting old.
Right.
So, I see no way Shanahan gets fired.
No, I agree.
I even if he has even if they go 5 wins this year because something happens, Purdy gets injured, and McCaffrey's out as usual. I still think he makes it through the year.
Who did they sign for a backup? They signed someone big, didn't they?
Joe
Not
Montana?
big, huh?
Joe Montana?
Probably Garoppolo. I don't know.
No,
Jerry
Garopp-
Rice's kid.
Like a quarterback backup?
Yeah, because Arnold went to
Vikings.
the Vikings. Who do they sign?
They got Purdy, obviously.
Josh
still.
Dobbs.
Oh, they signed the
Yeah.
the astronaut.
That was hard to watch.
We had that one
the Bears
game,
12-10 game.
Right.
but he had that one game where he
Against the Falcons, brought him back in the
yeah,
second half.
Dude, I started him 3 games in fantasy last year. He had it was like 3 games. The one game was awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So is
Well,
that it?
he came off the bench in the one game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't start.
Because
that
then the
game.
next week I started him because I lost Cousins, and I was like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So I put him in there, and I was like, holy shit, he actually did pretty well for 3 weeks. He didn't kill me.
Yeah.
Then I had to find a new quarterback.
A guy with hair.
I got Stafford.
Oh.
He was on the Stafford was and he had a great year.
Yeah, he was solid. So, anything else about the draft?
Your boy Seth just texted me.
What'd he say?
It's like, we got any work coming up? I mean, he's got another job.
What do you think the best story?
He should have got drafted.
The
That kid
best
was a
story of the
knucklehead.
draft was, besides Keon Coleman in his press conference.
The best story of the draft. How about the McCaffrey brother getting drafted?
How about Trotter?
Trotter's kid going to the Eagles.
Yeah.
That was great. That was great.
Right.
They traded up for him too.
Yeah.
And they say they gave him a really good grade on that, so I don't know. He must be.
You went to Clemson, right? I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, how about the end of the Deshaun Watson trade?
Finally done.
Finally done. You ready? Details of the trade.
Oh, this is awesome.
After today, the 2022 Texans Browns Deshaun Watson trade is complete. Texans receive 2022 first round pick became Kenyon Green, guard. 2022 fourth round pick, running back Damian Pierce. 2023 first round pick became Will Anderson Jr. 2023 third round pick became Tank Dell. 2024 first round pick traded back with Minnesota. 2024 second round pick Kamari Lassiter. 2024 sixth round pick linebacker Jamal Hill. 2024 fourth round pick became safety Caden Bullock. The Browns received Deshaun Watson and 2024 sixth round pick included in the Jerry Jeudy trade.
Wow.
So the Bills received 2, 4, 6, 8 players, and they got
the Texans.
The Texans, right? The Browns received Deshaun Watson and Jerry Jeudy.
And then Carolina drafts Bryce Young, and they're forced to pick C.J. Stroud,
right?
After that too,
right?
And then they trade up to get Will Anderson.
Right, and then I know the Packers Jets trade was completed as well, and I think the Packers drafted like 6 players, and
because they trade it back, or
right,
yeah, they always do that. I mean, it's kind of a good move to do. You know, you get one pick, turn it into a bunch of picks, and see what you get out of
right.
it.
Another good point I heard about today too is like remember the NIL situation as well. Not a lot of juniors came out this year because they were paid to stay in school. So the death for
That's good for their education.
Sure. Well, if you're a 5th or 6th round pick, might as well
Next
stay.
year could be a second or third round, or
right.
A couple more dollars.
Right. Kitty cat.
Meow.
Meow.
Hey, meow.
Meow.
So, anything else about the draft? Anybody?
I think we covered everything, and probably some shit we didn't need to cover.
Next year in Green Bay, get some press credentials.
Yeah, Green Bay.
We should look at press credential. We got our own rap song even.
Yeah.
And we got a song about flannel. That would work great in Green
We
Bay.
like to call it hip hop, Ed, but you can call it rap.
Flannel hop.
I still would prefer more N bombs in my my song.
M bombs.
N.
Oh.
Yeah, you
I
can't even
Ed,
say.
I thought you said Ed bombs.
What's that comedian that
Neighbors?
goes? I know that because he said the R word.
Yeah.
You
can't say retard. You can't say that. It's just as bad as the N word. No, no, it's not, because you're not saying the N word.
Way worse.
John Mulaney.
John
Mulaney.
Yeah, he's.
You know, he dated Kristen Cavallari for a minute.
Did he really?
After him and Cutler broke up.
He's insane. He's like a druggie and just he can't get clean, and he's one of those. He's funny as shit.
I think it was him, right?
Yeah,
I think you're right too.
So let's talk about the NBA playoffs. We had
old thing.
The Timberwolves are out already.
Okay.
All right, I mean, sorry, the Suns are out already.
Can you put that game on?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Sorry.
And Porzingis is out.
Yeah,
What?
Porzingis, a non-contact injury.
Get
Calf.
out.
Another calf injury.
Calf or an Achilles, possibly.
The Nets are rejoicing right now.
You said
TBS.
TNT.
I'm sorry.
TNT.
I'm dynamite.
TNT.
I don't know the rest of the
Something
song.
got right.
We don't want to say.
Win that fight! Oh, win that fight! There you go.
We don't want to say it too long. We might get in trouble.
Yeah. So guess what I watched all of last night?
Watched all of it?
Yeah. Thank You, Good Night, the Bon Jovi documentary.
Yeah, how was it?
It was really good, and crazy. His voice was so. We saw him. Did you go with us last year?
Yeah, I did.
And his voice is all fucked up. Nobody knew
Yeah,
it. His voice was. We saw him. He was a good show, but we were like, he didn't sound that great.
No.
But he sounded better in this when he got done. So I want to go see him again, probably. But
what was wrong with his voice?
Just strained. It was a mess. They said he went to a doctor and they said, like, when you talk or sing, your voice box or larynx, whatever, closes.
Right.
And his wasn't closing all the way. It would take longer to close. So
he had this thing with
he had lasers and stuff he'd press. He had acupuncture to try to fix it. He did a bunch of stuff.
He tries everything.
And his wife just told him, "Strauss, you sound terrible." His wife told him that, and his other bandmates were like,
"Is that why he cheated on her?"
He didn't talk about that at all.
No.
Huh.
So how many episodes was it?
4.
27.
But it was probably about 2.5, 3.5.
Because the first one was
maybe
like
4
54 minutes.
Second one was an hour and a half long.
Was it?
The Richie Sambora thing is hilarious because Rich Sambora makes out nothing, and he was at fault.
Yeah,
because Alabama people were like, and they were all like, yeah, he just because they went to pick him up for a concert tour, and he didn't come out of the house. He stayed in the house. He was in the house when he come out. So
Right.
I had to get a guitarist to play that night, and then they picked up the guy Phil X, who was a guy doing videos online, comics guitarist. He started with him. Then they got another guy to do it for a while. Then he brought Phil X in for good.
Good, yeah.
He was a guitar tech, right, for Lex?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Actually, Felix did it when Sambora went to rehab the one time. And then, he said he was upset because he didn't get to play a riff on a song. That was the whole story, I think.
One song.
Because he didn't show up for the recording. And they had to have someone else do it. And it was a producer, the producer now was a guitarist. He's actually plays in the band too now.
Nice.
Yep.
So Richie got upset because somebody else played his thing. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he wasn't there for the when they made the song or was writing the song.
Which every song for the last, 100 years has had studio musicians play the part. And then the actual musicians essentially play it in concert. It's created in a studio by...
Well, no, Bon Jovi records all their own stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
No, a lot of them do. But you know what I'm saying? They still have studio musicians come in and play a lot of those parts.
The Alexander John Such, he had Hugh McDonald used to play the bass stuff with him in the studio, and then Alex Van Such would go on and play on tour for him. But he was a good bass player too.
You'd even have all the way back to like the Beach Boys. They would Brian Wilson would write everything and bring in all these people,
session musicians,
and
right?
then then they would teach the band how to play these songs, and then they would go out on.
Right.
I mean, there's bands like like The Who and stuff. Even The Who had session musicians because Keith Moon was so wasted he was never there.
Right. What happened to him?
Even
it's just crazy how the music.
But
music
that's how it
industry
works.
changed. Yeah.
What was your favorite episode?
They were all good. I mean,
The first one was really interesting.
First one was good. I mean, I
kind of got together.
I enjoyed how how he you couldn't do what you couldn't do what he did now.
No, he worked hard.
He ended up
Why not?
Because the way he got in the radio was he couldn't get a contract because you have to work at it. You have to send tapes to people and make tapes, and you can't just go on YouTube and look pretty and sing a song and people sign you or you make money.
Bieber did.
Hits. And they
still don't do that.
Yeah. But he'd send a bunch of tapes to a bunch of DJs. The guy played it, and all of a sudden got played by 10 different radio stations because
they're all owned by the same radio station.
Yep.
There's 8 of them.
And the song was
Runaway.
Yep.
Good song.
Runaway was a song. And
one of my favorite Bon Jovi. I know you don't. It's old for you.
Yeah.
I think it's a good that type of song for that.
And then the
that
second
era.
album was kind of because they kind of rushed to it, and then of course they struck.
And then Slippery When Wet.
They struck gold. I mean, obviously, and they knew it was funny because she said, "What did he say about their one song?" Actually, Rich Sambora, he admitted that Rich Sambora had told him to put it on the album.
Right. Oh God, what one was
what was the song called? It wasn't Wanted Dead or Alive. It was
You Give Love a Bad Name. Bad Medicine.
It was the next album. It was maybe it was Bad Medicine. No, it wasn't. I can't remember what song it was, but they had and okay, fine, we'll do it, and they put it on. And it was like no, it was not Slippery When Wet. But the story about the album cover was pretty cool. How they and you look at the album cover, and that's what it really is. It's crazy. You never knew what it was, but it was a woman on the front with like a cut shirt that's Slippery and Wet, and she was
it's all wet.
But they some protester, they're not going to like it and blah blah. And they might try to ban it, so they printed a bunch of them. So they were in the studio late at night one night. They were sitting there like, I don't know. And then Bon Jovi took a garbage bag, sprayed water on it, wrote Slippery and Wet. And you look at the album, I think he took a picture of it.
It's just garbage bag.
That's front cover.
Great.
It's a Slippery and Wet. It's just he wrote Slippery and Wet with his finger in the garbage bag water. And you look at the album cover,
That's great.
That's what it was.
That's creative.
It was crazy.
I love some of these rock stories because Def Leppard, remember they had was it Pour Some Sugar on Me?
Yeah.
Just a cheesy ass song. They wrote that on the way to the studio in the limo or whatever when they were on their way there.
Yeah.
They needed one more song for the album.
Yeah.
And the guy just was writing it. He probably had something in his head, but then he wrote it on the way there. Became their biggest song ever.
And
you know, shit like that happens.
And the guy with them was Doc McGee, I think, who did help him a ton.
Right, yeah.
Like they want to name the Silver and White album. They want to name it Wanted Dead or Alive, and they had cowboy hats on. And Doc McGee goes, "You guys aren't fucking cowboys. You're the fuck are you?
You're from New Jersey."
Yeah, he said. He goes, "You guys are from New Jersey." He goes, "What are you doing?"
Well, that's
and it was smart 'cause the album cover was cheesy. It was like Wanted Dead or Alive, and they were all like kind of wanted poster. It was all five with their cowboy hats, and it might have turned people off. It would have been like, "What the fuck is this?"
I say it every time. It's like, I'm a cowboy. John, you're from fucking New Jersey. Calm down.
They didn't have cowboys in New Jersey.
Well, they might have. I don't know.
Back in the day, New Jersey was like the Garden State.
Still is.
I know, but
there's a lot of bodies in there though, buried in different ways.
True.
But like, I mean, it was just maybe it was You Give Up a Bad Name. It was a song possibly that was. You have to watch it. It's if you have Hulu, watch it. It's interesting.
Friend of the show, Klutch, he was texting about it last night. He goes, "Man, great show," and I was like, "Oh, I missed it."
Great show.
What is it?
On your other one?
No, the Bon Jovi.
Oh,
it's a
yeah. I'm in another league with him too.
Yeah. It was
a series, so I mean,
it was very good. There's like 4 episodes.
What's it on?
Hulu.
Oh, I'll watch it tonight then.
It's a docu series, so it's pretty interesting. Stories behind everything, and it's and his voice thing, but how he just hustled. I mean, he just hustled to make a band. Basically,
he hung out with Bruce Springsteen and Southside
Johnny, which was a guy that great voice too. The guy had.
Oh, Southside Johnny had what was that one big hit? He had not a hit, but he had a big song.
He had a good voice too, and they sounded really good. I never heard of him until Bruce Springsteen.
I remember the one night he's singing Bruce's song, and Bruce comes up on stage and sings with him. He's a young kid.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Because Bruce has got, and it's crazy how Tico Torres is like 70.
I know. He was 10 years older than all those guys.
Yeah, he was the oldest one. Everybody else about the same age, and
he was talking about I decided to join the band. And he goes. Kind of got divorced, but he goes, that really wasn't all.
Probably shouldn't have been married anyway.
Anyways, yeah.
But Dave Bryan was pretty talented. He's won Tony Awards and stuff. He's great, which was strange for back then to have a band. I mean, there were some, but they have a main band member played the piano or whatever.
Yeah, he had the van, and he had
the van. That's why I got in the band.
Equipment.
He had a van and equipment. That's why I got in the band.
Yep.
And he was probably the most accomplished musician in the band.
Yeah,
close to it. He was by
smart.
He was one of the Rutgers to be a doctor.
Yep.
And when they got their first tour, he's like, "I'll try it, whatever.
I'll give it a year.
I'll give it a year."
Yep.
And then Slippery and Wet, and then New Jersey, and made a lot of money off those two. So.
Yeah. I want to say it's what I looked up real quick on Southside Johnny. I think it was the Fever. Does that sound right?
Southside Johnny and the
Asbury Dukes.
Yeah, Asbury Dukes.
Yeah,
Jukes.
Or Talk to Me. I don't know, one of those songs. The Fever or Talk to Me.
Hmm.
I got it on one of my playlists because I hear it and I'm like, oh, who the hell's that again? It's one of those catchy
Oriental
songs.
Inn's opening up.
Yeah, the owner's of La Forgotten Waterfront. The owner from that is opening it up again.
Oh, good. There's probably still food left over from the last day when I was there.
Yeah.
They couldn't sell it all.
They're going to redo the whole thing.
All the cats in the area disappeared all of a sudden.
And dogs ran away too.
Yeah. It's like, man, we got an outbreak of cats in the neighborhood.
But the chickens are fine. It's weird. Why are the chickens okay?
Meow.
Because
pew pew. So I got sent this by Dumpster Jace. Sources, we talked about Durant. The sources said Durant had persistent issues with the offense, feeling that he has been relegated to the corner far too often and not having the proper designs to play to his strengths as the offense was built around pick and rolls. I don't know. I'm just reading what I see.
Right.
Can you imagine do you even have the balls to go tell,
yes,
your boss, say like, you know what, I could be better utilized here.
Well,
I want more because we're not doing this right. And they're like, yeah, okay, you're gone.
Right. So there's a team that has 3 players with 3 overlapping talents. So they're basically almost the same players. Perimeter players that can shoot from the outside. You know what I mean? And then
Booker's probably a little better slasher than they. Oh, yeah. Actually, you're right. Booker and
they're almost all the same player.
And being that Durant's the best shooter, probably.
Right?
I would say, right?
Right.
You would take Booker. I mean, for shooting wise, you take Durant over all those guys, right? just pure shooting, just
Yes.
taking a shot, a
Right.
final shot. But that's another thing Willie brought up. Bradley Beal's contract next 3 seasons,
50, 53, and 57.
50, 54, 57.
Yeah.
So they owe him that much money next 3 years.
Bradley who?
Not very tradable contracts.
And I think he's got a no trade clause as well.
Well, it doesn't matter at that
No.
Hope he
rate.
likes the sun.
Yeah, well, you got 3 more years of that shit.
He's a big hockey fan. He'll just probably spend a lot of time. Oh,
Yeah.
Too soon.
So the Lakers are down 3-1. The Boston's up 3-1 now. Orlando and Cleveland are tied at 2-2.
Oklahoma City's up 3-0 over the Pels.
And then the last night we had our first sweep of the series. Like I said, Timberwolves swept
Right.
the Suns, as we're talking about Durant. But the
average win of
Maverick
15
Clippers are
points.
2-2.
yeah, Mavs Clippers big series.
That's probably been the best series so
big
far.
comeback too last night. Came
Yeah.
short, but they were down by 35 in the first quarter and came back. So NBA's known for that though. But the
Right.
series that around here people are talking about is the Pacers lead the Bucks 3-1. Giannis hasn't played a game in the series, and now Lillard's been hurt, and it sounds like they're not playing tomorrow night either. And on top of it, I believe that after last night, Bobby Portis will not be on my team ever again. You cannot get kicked out in a game when you need
because
you
he's
need
out.
bodies
He's out next game, right?
Well, no, we were talking today, like Russell Westbrook shoved a ref the one night he got tossed and got to play next game. So
Didn't he attack somebody in a booth too?
I wonder if Stephen A. Smith called the league office, asked if Bobby Portis was suspended or not.
Yeah. But Bobby Portis, I mean, you can't do that.
No.
You need bodies on the floor, and you're supposed to be one of the better players that's
Double
on the
dribble.
court, and they lost him in the first quarter, and they were in the whole game. Oh my God. And they were in the whole game, so until last like 3 minutes.
Right.
So
I didn't even know the game had started yet, and Bobby was already thrown out.
yeah, and the Bucks right now, obviously, they're done. I really don't think they can come back.
Oh,
from
they're
this.
done. Yeah.
The players
After that first game, we all got excited. They looked
I gave him
great.
credit, but I still said, hey, still got to play without Giannis.
You know what the most frustrating thing is watching Jackson and Beauchamp and AJ Green come off the bench and do good things and being like, how come these guys weren't playing more? You know
yeah,
what I mean?
but not good enough though.
Green's not. He doesn't knock down enough shots.
They're not better than the guys they're missing. That's the problem.
That's true.
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
mean,
I understand maybe play more than Crowder. Maybe
Jackson's the only one that I see that could play out there.
yeah.
I mean, Beasley, another guy, hasn't been playing a lot still.
Yeah, but he had some good shots yesterday.
Who, Beasley?
Yeah.
But I don't get what happened to his rotation.
No idea.
I don't understand. It's the Budenholzer thing all over again, but with a new coach. It's weird. Just
Right.
taking a guy out that was a big part of your team all year and not playing him.
Right.
He says we got to change. Beasley was like, we got to change the offense
Although,
around me.
I don't know. Maybe he started last night, Beasley. I'm not
He
sure.
did.
Okay,
He did
so
start.
Beasley
He did
started.
start.
Okay, he has to. So
Right.
I don't know. I just think they're in.
I mean, that team's built around 2 players, and neither one's there. So
Well,
it's
you know what? That's not a knock on them. Every team's like that. A lot of
No,
teams
but
are built around.
Yeah, and remember,
and
too,
those teams
that-
lose.
Right. Remember too, that wasn't the way the team was supposed to be built at the beginning. Like they got Lillard late in the season and stuff. Like so, the team changed, expectations changed. You had the wrong coach, and I think that's part of the reason why Horst is going to be leaving, because he has no control anymore. Because basically, Giannis. Right. And I know we can make fun of that. Giannis is a coach killer, but basically, he got to hire AJ. Right?
AJ.
Or not AJ, Adrian Griffith.
Oh, Adrian Griffith.
AG.
Yeah, and that didn't work out.
No, and again, that wasn't the team.
We don't know.
Right. That wasn't the team that he was hired to coach. So when Lillard came in, but he kind of rubbed people the wrong way too, because he tried to change the whole defensive scheme instead of staying with what worked and wait.
Yeah, I just think that, I know Eric's not here. We were talking today, and he had text about the injuries, and yeah, I give you to a point with that, but I mean, remember the Bucks won a championship because of injuries to
against Knicks.
Actually, no, when they beat the Nets.
Nets. I said
remember the Nets
my
were
fault. Yeah.
in and out of the lineups with guys, and if it wasn't for if Durant was a size 18, size 16 instead of 18 or wherever he is,
right,
they would have lost.
Well,
I mean, against an under depleted team. So being depleted is an excuse.
Right.
No,
I mean that's and I know they're depleted,
but these guys have hung in there in these games for having no firepower,
and that's why it's no excuse.
And then Bobby's gone
and
too.
You know what? You still have Middleton, and that's the guy who. This is the problem with Middleton.
Did he score?
He's not that guy.
But he scored 42 the other night when he had to.
He scored 42.
Think so. It was 42.
Close,
Yeah.
But they win.
No, but I mean, he's picking up the slack where, I mean, somebody's got to score. Connaughton's not.
Yeah.
I mean, where are you going to get the extra points from? I mean, Lopez is given the same amount, still getting his 18. Bobby was getting 20 something, which, you know, but he's on or off.
Yeah. Plus, not having him last night was huge.
Yeah. You still need him. But now where are you going to get the offense from? Middleton scores 40. Who's going to score the other 70?
Well, last night he didn't play well, and it was
Right,
weird. He
yeah.
shot okay last night.
Not Beverly, not Splash Mountain.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
I didn't. It's. I mean, you got to give them credit at least for. I mean, they're 2 stars. 90% of their pay almost is coming from those guys, and they're out. Man, they're kind of hanging in there. I mean, I wouldn't say they're doing great.
I mean, but like I said, and my comment was with the injuries. Well, old people get hurt.
Oh yeah, that's it. That's exactly right.
And they built this team on age, and then
Right.
I talked about it last year. They ran this thing back, and even I believe Eric agreed. You're running something back that didn't succeed.
Right.
Not like you guys were in the conference finals or NBA finals and you lost. Let's run it back and try it again, guys. They got knocked out last year, kind of not the same manner because they are depleted. But okay, yeah, like it was said, they were kind of at their had everybody around last year when they got beat up last year. So
Yeah, but they lost Giannis to a back injury, though, right? Was that the
he played at the end of the series, though. I thought we figured it out. Someone looked that up.
So you
But I'm
have
not sure.
Middleton, Lopez, 25, 27, and then Beasley had 20
right
last night. And then nobody else scored 10. I mean, Green scored 8.
Yeah, and plus you got
Gallinari and Jackson both had 6. I
And-
mean, that was your 2 next big scorers.
and plus the old school Bucks, like they do every time, they allowed the 3-point line to be wide open that night, and then the Pacers took advantage of it. So their 0 for 17 first half has gone away really quick.
Well, that game's on at 8:30 tomorrow.
And like
so
we
late.
talked about,
Yeah.
that was going to happen again in the series, and it hasn't. They've shot better each game from 3-point line, and the Bucks have actually probably shot status quo a little less. So
Bucks actually shot good. Was that last night they were shooting over 60% until like the 4th. They were shooting high percentage.
Yeah.
But actually Indiana was shooting pretty well as well.
yeah,
It
and
was actually a well-played game for both teams, you know, but Bucks just don't have enough. So
yeah, it just sucks because they had good. Although Middleton had a couple of big shots in that game Friday night.
yeah,
Couple threes to move the game on and all that. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think you can blame Middleton. I mean, he had a rough game yesterday, it looks like. I didn't watch the game. I don't have TNT.
And
I'm not rich.
Right. And he hasn't been healthy all year either. He missed that month, and
He's
you know.
never been healthy. He hasn't been healthy in 4 years.
So what do they do for next year? I mean, what would you guys do?
Blow it up.
depends on the money
Right.
situation, what they can do. I mean, the NBA is tricky, man. You can't just. I mean, I probably won't happen, but the guy that's the most tradable and worth the most is Giannis.
Yep.
You have no first round picks 2029. Is this team
Till 31.
if they can't add anybody but a few small parts to this team, are they good enough to win next year?
No.
I don't know. If everybody tells
Well, it did the right guys.
Yeah, but-
not for league minimums and stuff. You're not going to find the
No.
right guy. You're going to find guys like the guys they picked up.
Is Middleton done after this year?
He's got 3 years left. Why would he quit?
Right.
Yeah, okay, that's all
Or
right.
2 years, right? Something like that. Which they signed terrible contract. Signed him to 4 years. I think he's got 2 years left, right? That happened last year.
Yeah.
And what about Splash Mountain too? Like
He just signed to a 3-year deal this year.
right.
And
So
who's that? Malik?
No, it's
Beverly?
Brooke Lopez.
Lopez.
Oh, that's Splash Mountain. Why do you call him that?
Because that's his nickname.
That's his nickname?
Because he splashes threes.
and he's
I
big.
seen him miss 11 in a row one time.
And the guy they're probably going to lose is Beverly.
Yeah.
Because he's a 1-year deal, I believe. He's just So they could lose Beverly, and that's probably one of the bright spots defensively that they need. So I don't know. And the rest of the division, the rest of the conference is not getting worse. They're getting better.
Yeah.
I mean, they're getting way better. I mean, they could be a 4. They keep this team, they'll be a 5th, 6th seed next year, I think.
I mean, they're still making the playoffs, which is amazing.
Yeah, but
without any talent.
Yeah, but
Well,
it's,
they made the playoffs with their talent, and they were
Right.
3rd seed. And they could barely finish the season
Yeah.
With
They
all the
were
guys around.
second seed until last week.
because they lost to who they lose to.
That's
again?
what I mean.
They lost to 3 teams they had no business losing to.
How
Miami.
with their talent, that was such a shallow
And if they
team.
lost, who is the 7th seed right now?
I don't even know.
Not to Heat. Who is
Philly.
It was not the Bulls.
Phillies.
And the Philly, watching
yeah.
Philly play, they match the Bucks way better because they're going to play the same plotting kind of game. And because the Bucks aren't that team that ran and gunned to win a championship a couple years ago, they're not.
Right.
I think Philly would be a better matchup. We talked about it's kind of scary, but at this point, if you get out of the way of Embiid beating people up and taking cheap shots at people, but it's crazy, man. He's off the rails.
He might have been able to see him out of his right eye or left eye.
Yeah. Oh,
it wasn't the Suns and the Bucks in the finals a couple years ago.
Yeah. And I don't know. It's just
so the Bucks have lasted longer than they have. So I guess that's good.
That's all based on
but both teams are completely.
And they're all both going downhill.
Yeah,
and that's pretty typical.
The Suns have a better team right now, but that doesn't mean anything. They played a better team too.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. They're just not.
I mean, that's not even close to the same team when the Bucks played them a few years ago.
Yeah, being a Bucks fan, I don't accept just making the playoffs. I don't. It's just in the NBA too. A lot of teams make the playoffs.
No, you got two of the best. You got two top 10 players in the league. Really, you do.
Well, top 10.
I mean, Giannis is in the top probably 3 or 4.
Oh yeah.
You don't
no question. He can win MVP at any time.
The way he shoots too, Lillard.
But you don't want to be the Bulls where you're in fucking purgatory, where
you're a 7 or 8 seed or 9 seed.
Right, but you're not bad enough to be in the lottery every year to get better. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And the Bucks may have no choice but to bring everybody back.
Can the Bucks even get? No, you said they don't even have a pick until 30,
right?
31.
Something crazy.
29 actually.
So if they say they finish in last place next year, they don't get a pick, huh?
No, someone take their lottery pick.
Someone's got a swap.
But
option.
aren't they lottery protected usually, or how's that work?
Some are.
But those probably aren't because the Bucks don't expect to be in the lottery
years ago,
right.
and
the Bucks don't expect to be in the lottery. They're expecting Giannis to be there and be a playoff team. That's like Tim said, they would be a playoff team.
Right.
I'm not saying they won't.
So some of their picks in a couple of years are going to be great picks because they're probably going to be, Giannis will be gone, Dame's going to be retired, Middleton will probably still be injured, and they're probably still paying him.
Dame still got 3 more years as well. He's 33.
So what is it, 24 right now, and they don't have any picks until 31?
Their own picks.
I think 29
or 29.
29 sounds about
so
right.
You can't trade further than 4 years of the draft. So.
You can't trade back-to-back picks.
Yeah, so
but you can do pick swaps, which I don't understand. What's the difference?
But so in 27, 28, and 29, somebody might be getting the first pick with the Bucks pick. Or they might do it 2 or 3 years in a row.
Well, it depends if they trade too. They'll get first round picks back.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't know where these trades came from.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, really,
you're guessing the Bucks are going to end up blowing it up, getting rid of Giannis. I mean, it just makes sense.
Right.
But they just re-signed him last year?
Well, he's close to the end of the contract.
Or 2
He's
years.
got 2 years left too, and they could have they could have extended him this year and they didn't. In October this year they could extend Giannis.
I thought
right?
Giannis is.
They never extended Giannis this year, did they?
Last year I thought they did.
So I thought he could have done something again this year. Never happened.
I'll look
I
it
thought
up
in October, because October was the date they were saying.
Look who that
happened.
is.
Yes,
Caitlin, I love you.
But maybe it was last year. But I think it was a short deal. People said because he was kind of holding out for the big payoff when they raised the
3-year max extension, 186.
Was it this year?
This is last year. Team announced deal Tuesday. Let's see where it goes through here.
Well, extension. So maybe
GM John Horst, who won't be there for much longer.
No.
So, 2-time Kia NBA MVP. Weird thing to say.
Hall of Famer.
2 fully guaranteed years to his current deal and an option for 27-28.
Yeah, so he's got an option. It's
He's got 4 years left here yet.
27, 28.
So next year's what, 25, then 26,
26,
27. So he's got 3 full years and then an option year.
Right.
So they got 4 years probably.
I mean, option year is his option, I think.
Yeah.
So,
kind of like how LeBron is for next year. Which
it's nice having that player option for a trade though, because that gives you now you don't have to trade him now to get the value. You can wait another 2 years and then trade him and still have 2 years left.
Trade him to the Nets for.
You could essentially trade him in your last year with him,
right?
And he's still got 1 more year, so they're essentially getting 2 years out of it.
But you look at the best teams; they're not teams like this.
No,
not anymore. It's weird. I mean, Giannis is homegrown. That's fine. And Middleton was a trade. But like you look at the Nets, you look at the Nuggets, it's a lot of homegrown guys in those teams.
Yeah, but the Nets have got a lot of the Durant trade, they got Bridges, and I mean, really,
I'm talking like the top 2 seeds on each side.
Right.
Boston's kind of homegrown. Well, they got Porzingis, I get, but
yeah, but he's really the only free agent.
Yeah, the rest of the guys are homegrown.
Drew Holiday was a trade.
Oh, Drew Holiday too. I forgot about that.
Right. But
they got cursed by the Drew Holiday trade.
Right.
Which I was fine with. I'm still fine with that. Lillard's fun to watch. To go to a game and watch.
Yeah,
so I'm fine with that.
Right.
I'm there to be entertained. To be
But
honest,
wouldn't you love to have both of them though?
yeah, I mean that would have been a perfect world. But yeah, Middleton and or not Middleton.
They could have gotten rid of Middleton, but yeah.
I don't. Well, nobody's taking Middleton at that contract price too. Now,
No.
this gonna be hard. He's the Bucks are retiring.
You're gonna have, you're gonna
Bucks
have to,
ruined them basically.
Unless
Give
they-
that money.
unless they pay the contract, which could happen.
they're gonna have to add a pick to it just to get rid of them.
But they have no picks to add to it.
Right.
Yep. That's the problem. If they had a first round pick, they could have dealt them, but they can't deal them without picks.
Right.
So.
That's what happens a lot. That's how the Lakers got in trouble because
So, sorry.
Sorry.
Lillard signed through 26-27,
Okay, so that could be their last year together then.
$225 million deal.
A brick laying out there tonight.
Or,
He makes-
or there was rumors out there the Bucks trade for Steph Curry, but I
Lillard
don't-
makes $59 million
age again.
right.
That's what I'm saying. Age again, man.
in 2 years. Lillard makes $59 million, and then the last year of that deal he makes $63 million. That's some good money, man.
As a 37,
That's lottery money.
Well, they're talking Lillard being traded for Curry somehow.
Why?
That's what I saw.
I like Lillard better than Curry right now.
If Curry goes anywhere, he's going to Charlotte to finish his career, or stay in Golden State to finish out his career.
The big thing is with him, he wants to keep all three of them together. Clay, and
Does he?
Draymond,
That shouldn't
yeah.
happen either.
Yeah, they're not good with that team either. Clay's went down. Draymond Green is just a problem.
Right. Yeah, he's just fucking crazy.
That's the guys who the Bucks should have pinpointed a couple years ago when he could have maybe took a shot at. It was Klay Thompson when he was in his because
Yeah.
he wasn't going to get away. But that's the guy we could run at because he'd be perfect for what they're doing. I mean, a guy doesn't have the ball all the time, but a guy that when he gets it, he's going to make a shot. For you.
Right.
That's the key. And Lillard, like I said, Lillard's awesome to watch. It's a great guy to watch. But I mean, look at all these teams they're showing right now. They're all young guys. They're all guys.
Brunson, man. What
Yeah.
a
Yeah, Brunson.
Not homegrown, but young.
I know, but
Right.
who could have predicted that?
Who'd have thought?
Right?
Look at us.
Yeah. Now, who would have thought like a two-time national champion, college basketball player of the year would be OK Pro? Like, and I know like a lot of I mean, look at Adam Morrison was the best player in college, but I mean, the kid's a second generation basketball player. Like, how do you not give? A guy
I wonder how many Naismith Award
right
winners have won NBA MVP. It's probably like less than 10%, probably 20%.
Naismith, looking up.
Probably Magic Johnson, Larry Bird. They both may have won it.
Kareem
Probably.
right?
Bill Walton could have been,
Well,
Yeah.
Walton.
and he was MVP, right?
Yeah, when was the last one though?
That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
right.
It's
Jordan,
It's a bunch of foreigners.
right? Well,
Was Jordan Player of the Year?
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
I don't know. Sam Bowie was probably Player of the Year.
Okay, well, you want to go back? We'll go all the way back
Right.
to 69.
No, don't do it.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Yes.
Big Lou.
Big Lou
Alcindor.
Yeah.
Pistol Pete.
Oh no, Pete Maravich won the
Yeah.
MVP.
So it
Was he a
says.
Player of the Year in college?
Oh,
Yeah, LSU. Yeah, his numbers were stupid.
Does
Didn't
it
he
say
average?
his Player of the Year?
he averaged like.
Yeah, this
45
is
a year.
Naismith
Oh,
MVP.
Okay.
Then Austin Carr, Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Walton. Yeah, he was pretty good.
Okay.
David Thompson.
Skywalker.
I'm
He
guessing.
won the NBA MVP. David
No,
Thompson.
this is the
Naismith.
Naismith. So that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So these are guys.
Hold on.
well, I don't.
So
think,
who are we looking for MVP now?
Yeah, I don't. Well, Maravich never won MVP in the NBA.
No, that's why I'm giving you the names.
Yeah,
You tell
well,
me who won the MVP.
Bill Walton for sure.
Walton won an NBA MVP.
Oh yeah, with Portland the one year, right?
Okay.
It was Portland he won it with.
And we knew Lou Alcindor won like 5.
Yeah, he's won MVP, of course.
So David Thompson never did.
I mean,
Marcus Johnson,
No,
Butch Lee, great. I mean,
no.
Larry Bird,
Well, yeah.
he won like 3.
Mhm.
Mark Aguirre, no. Ralph Sampson.
Never MVP. I don't think MVP of the NBA
Let's look up Ralph Sampson.
because he's probably the same time as Bird and Jordan and stuff.
Michael Jordan,
Oh, he was player. Okay. Yep.
84. Patrick Ewing,
I don't think he was MVP ever.
the Admiral,
Bill Russell
Admiral by an MVP, right? Admiral's MVP.
should have been.
Dave Robinson.
should have been.
Well, you never know. That's when Jordan.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Larry Bird, Akeem Olajuwon, was he Player of the Year?
No,
Mm.
Derrick Rose.
I
No.
haven't got that far yet.
Oh,
Still going. So we got Danny Manning, Danny Ferry, Larry Johnson, Christian Leitner, Kelbert Cheney, Big Dog, Tim Duncan. I'm going to guess Duncan won an MVP.
yeah.
He might not have. Maybe that was one of his things.
Holy
had to
shit,
win one.
Dave Cowens was MVP.
Oh yeah.
From Indiana.
Celtics.
No,
yeah.
but it was.
I don't think he was a.
I was thinking Indiana college.
Oh, college. Where'd he go to college? Did he go to?
Cowens went to.
I don't know.
I thought he went to. Can't think of the name of the school now.
Wasn't UCLA.
That's what I thought of right away when I heard his name.
Okay, now I'm going to name a bunch of other guys here coming up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Elton Brand, Shane Battier, Jason Williams, Jameer Nelson, Andrew Bogut, JJ Redick. A lot of Duke guys there.
I'll give you
Kevin Durant.
I'll give you 10 guesses. You won't guess where Dave Cowens went to college.
He went to Oakland.
Carthage.
No.
Maine.
No.
St. John's.
No.
Florida.
Close.
Florida State.
Yes.
Oh wow.
David Robinson was an MVP.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I marked. Oh, David. I didn't mark it. How about Tim Duncan?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tim?
Okay.
Okay.
Kevin Gart. Oh wait, he didn't go to college. Elijah won.
He didn't win the Naismith.
Okay. We said Jordan, right?
Yep.
Magic Johnson.
Yep.
Matt
Bird.
Johnson won play. You didn't say Matt Johnson played of the year.
No, Magic Johnson
Never
didn't win it.
Never won player of the year.
Bird won it that year.
Shaquille O'Neal.
He didn't win. It was Leitner won that year.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah.
in his senior year.
Iverson.
Nope.
No.
Kobe didn't go to high school.
No.
School. Here, I'll throw out some more guys while we're at it because
Durant, Stephen Curry.
I got Durant.
Okay.
Curry was Curry player of the year?
No. So here's the ones that are more recent than after Durant. Tyler Hansbrough, Blake Griffin, Jimmer Fredette.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
AD, Anthony Davis at Kentucky.
Surprising, not an MVP.
Yeah, but
Nah,
it's a bad
he's-
time for him.
Right.
Trey Burke from Michigan over there.
Oh yeah.
Doug McDermott,
Yeah, Dougie
Dougie Buckets.
Frank Kaminsky,
Crank the tank.
Buddy Hield, Frank Mason. I don't even know who that is.
Kansas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson, Zion Williamson, Obi Toppin from Dayton.
Oh, yeah, that was COVID year. That team. Yeah.
That would have been a great team to watch in that tournament.
So here are the last few. Luke Garza, Oscar Schwabi,
Hmm.
and Zach Edey, his last three.
So
or last two.
since 69.
Giggity.
So that's been 35
55 years.
54 years, 55, yeah.
7 MVPs that have won player of the year.
Yeah. And Pistol Pete wasn't one of them.
Yeah. So 7. And maybe I missed one. So even say 8. That's less than 5%.
Right.
10%. That's crazy.
Gotta
and the
remember-
last 10 years, it's been foreign players,
Right.
basically. Overall.
Well, yeah, it's going to be tough for any college player when it's all foreign players now. They're
Yeah, the last.
and
Amer-
Wemby,
the last
Wemby's going to be an MVP eventually here at the rate he's going.
Zach Edey, I'm gonna bet he'll never win player of the year and our best player.
He's a
in the NBA.
foreigner too.
But I mean, he at least won player of the year.
Yeah,
But yeah, was Canadian?
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see him?
I can tell.
Yeah, he's got like one eyebrow. He's like, it's like watching South Park where their heads move when they're Canadian.
Blame Canada.
The last American MVP was James Harden in 2017, 2018.
Wow.
Diversity is our strength in the NBA.
You know what it's time for?
Oh
You know what it's time for?
my God! What? Oh, I forgot.
You brought him?
Today is your
Does he look
birthday.
like-
Today
crazy?
is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is the day. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Today is your birthday. Dear someone today.
And I just want you to know, as you get older, 3 things happen. The first is your memory, and the other 2 are hell, I can't remember.
While we're on it, while you were sitting there doing that, Scott goes, "Hey, hand me that meat."
Giggity.
I just pulled my pants back up. I didn't know. I was sorry.
All right.
Yeah, there.
I didn't say sausage. I said meat.
I probably between me and Timmy, I bet we ate 4 pounds of meat and cheese since we got here.
5.
5 pounds?
Yeah, because I was here before you.
Oh, that's right.
The one problem you won't have is shitting tomorrow. You won't be doing it. You'll be all plugged up.
Bound up.
Challenge accepted.
I'll probably have regular shit then.
Okay. Tim, you saw something.
Tim, Ed, and Scoop.
I'm going to write these down.
Okay, because you don't.
No, for next year.
For next year, okay. Sometimes I do
Take
use
the
the same
page.
ones. Yes, I do.
Like I'm going to be alive by next year. It's like, what are the
Okay.
chances?
Spencer Dimwittle.
Ready? Jessica Elba.
That's the lady from those commercials where they fix houses.
Yes.
She is 44.
Oh God. I mean, I wish she was 69, but that's every time I think about it, that's what pops in my head. I don't get it. I'm going to say 39.
Spit it out.
What'd you say, Tim?
I don't know. 44.
Yeah.
42.
43.
Ah.
Everybody watch Star Trek Voyager back in the day?
Hell no.
Heck yeah. I got this one. Is it the Kardashian guy?
No.
Is it Katie Sackhoff?
No, it's Kate Mulgrew.
Oh, the captain.
Yes, the captain.
And
Orange. Was in Orange is the New Black.
if I
too.
can't beat you with my photons, we'll play in softball.
58.
That's his
I'm going to
turn.
say 64.
63.
58.
69.
Damn it. She's older than I thought.
I have no idea who it was.
Me neither. So.
She's a mean old lady. She's like,
Jim Kermuggins.
I think she's a softball player.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten, sorry.
From Spider-Man with the upside down kiss. It was so
Yes.
hot.
She was in.
It would have been better if there were two good-looking people doing it.
God, what was the? She was in a Minnesota movie, and she was in a pageant, beauty pageant. It was a fucking great movie. She lived in a trailer park, and her mom.
That's what she looks like, a trailer park chick.
Yeah.
Sounds
It was
like a
great
true story
movie.
kind of movie.
Yeah, I think might be.
Yeah.
Might be her biography.
I'm
yeah.
going to say she's 47.
52.
45.
42.
Wow.
She's a trailer park.
She was in that movie.
Wag the dog.
Hidden. Was it the Hidden Figures?
Was she?
She was in that movie.
She was a boss, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was a boss. Yeah.
Okay.
Was she a little kid in that vampire movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, back-
Diary of a Vampire.
Yeah,
Or,
with
the one from
Brad Pitt and them?
Yeah, the New Orleans one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Timmy.
Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock.
The basketball player. Oh, wrong one.
That's Butch Lee.
Dwayne Wade?
He's. I know he's in his 50s. I just got to figure what. He's
older.
52.
Yeah. He's your age. Yeah. I was going to say he's older than me.
Just came back, lost in WrestleMania. Now he's back.
Now he's back shilling for some pharmaceutical company or something.
No, he's back at WWE.
Plus, he's got his football league going too.
Yeah, got the UFL.
And what was the biggest news they talked about on The View the other day? He pulled his
Johnson?
Close. Pulled his endorsement of Biden.
Oh, so they had a fit about
Oh,
it?
yeah, they threw a fit. Because you're a celebrity.
Did you hear the Matthew McConaughey clip that one time they were playing? I was probably from years ago. They asked him about something, and he basically told him to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, do you think it'll affect you because when he was going to run for Congress or something? And do you think it'll affect your position by saying that? And I got to look it up. You guys see it. It was incredible.
It was you guys ever shut your traps? It'd be a lot cooler if you
And the
did.
problem is, like, a bunch of the women in the thing were kind of clapping for him because they're like, well, he's hot. I don't care what he says.
Huh?
He's got abs.
Yeah.
Who?
Matthew McConaughey.
He's fucking hot. He's got the best hair ever.
Yeah. I think I'd bang him.
All right, Ed.
Okay.
Frankie Valli.
Oh,
what a night.
Don't cry. Is that the song about him? Four seasons.
Yeah.
What a night.
Oh, what a night. Late December back in 63. That was Joe Pesci was their manager.
Yeah, then in 63 was. So let's see.
That's from Greece. Ooh.
So that was in the 60s. He's probably 25 or so. 81.
79.
87.
90.
Yeah.
Oof.
Whoa. Oh,
He was a
what
lot older in
night.
63 than I thought.
Late December back in 63.
Scooter.
Yep.
Christina Hendricks.
Christina Hendricks?
Yes.
The redhead?
Yes.
Wait a second.
Right.
Motorboat.
She was in
You don't even have to motor. You'd be sitting across the stage from her. You know.
what's the Don Draper show?
Mad Men.
Mad Men, yeah.
I never saw that. Me neither. Yeah, it looks good.
But you know,
Have you watched it?
Oh yeah.
Was it good?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
She just celebrated her wedding anniversary.
I'm going to say she's 46. I don't think she's that old.
48.
I'll say she's my age, 50.
49.
Ooh. We were close. Had her surrounded.
Giggity.
Timothy.
We had her spit roasted almost. Sorry, Christina. Sorry if you're listening. Obviously, that was a joke.
A lot of giggities this weekend.
Giggity. But it was the two best looking guys, so you know.
So, hey Tim, how'd you like to meet Trey?
Scusi, babidi boopy. Che cosa? Babidi boopy. Babidi boopity babidi babidi.
Oh, that good, Tim, huh?
Yeah, he loved it.
It's great.
Sorry, que cosa? Oh, Kirsten Hendry. Oh, we did it already.
No,
Tim's up.
Aaron Andrews.
I'm not going to say anything. She'll sue us.
40. 48.
I'll say 44.
46, right between them.
I almost said 47.
Baby, what do you say again?
Cozy.
I do it at work all the time, and all the Mexicans look at me like, we don't speak Italian, you idiot.
All right. Andre Agassi.
Oh, he's older than us for sure, because he was back in the 80s.
He's got great hair too, or did?
It's he's got it like locked away in his in his man cave.
Does he really?
Yeah, when he cut his ponytail off.
60.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he is older, but I don't think he's that. I'm gonna say because he was. I'm gonna say 58.
55.
54.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
I knew he was older than us, but you're probably right. He was probably like 18 when he was.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Justin Thomas.
Golfer Justin Thomas.
Is that to me?
Yeah.
Isn't he the one that got caught saying?
He's friends with what's his name, right?
Spieth.
Him and Spieth.
Yeah, it was Justin Thomas. He was the one that, off. Yeah, like he
33.
No, I don't know. I think you're right. Close.
No, sorry. I'm gonna say 28.
35.
31.
Oh, what a night.
Barry Larkin.
It's me?
Mm-hmm.
Barry Larkin, huh? I'm going to say he's 55.
Barry Larkin is 60.
60.
60.
Damn, I was just going through my 87 Topps cards.
Nice.
John Daly.
Oh,
we were just talking about it.
I bet you he's like X age, but inside he's probably like 97 for all the cigarettes and Diet Cokes he drinks.
You said that I was watching a thing the other day in an interview, and it's like, how many beers do you have? Oh, I don't know, like 20. He's sitting with Kid Rock.
Right.
And the guy goes, 20 beers you sit down and have. He goes, I once drank 3 bottles of vodka with this guy over here. And Kid Rock's like, I was there.
Dude, the stories about him at Arkansas for the golf team are legendary.
I don't know if that's legendary or not. I'd be afraid. If Scott was sitting here and he drank 3 bottles of vodka,
55.
I'd be like, fuck this. I'm not going back next week. He's going to kill himself.
55 was not right?
No.
He did a lot of hard stuff in his life.
I'd say 63.
He's probably like 26, but
probably.
So 63?
Yeah, I don't know. He's younger than that.
It's tough. I'm gonna say 60.
58.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's yeah. Once I thought about
What'd you
it.
say, Tim?
55, because I was thinking about how old you have to be to play on the Legends Tour.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he's right at the bottom of.
Right. But I thought he was with a few years. Well, he is with
55, right? Is what you started
Yeah.
Legends?
Yeah.
All right, who's up?
I think I'm up. Yeah, I was too high on that one.
I wish I was high.
Phil Garner.
Oh, scrap iron.
Scrap iron.
Yep.
Brewers manager, right?
Mets player.
Brewers manager.
Both sides.
Astros.
Pirates.
Pirates.
Played with the Sox too.
I don't even remember. 62. I don't know. I can't remember when he played.
Wait, how does Ed have 2 when I'm the one that has 2 and I have no
I
points?
have nothing.
Oh,
For fuck's sake.
I got one.
You got one, yep.
69.
Nope.
68.
75.
Jeez, yeah. I had no idea how old he was. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, I'll guess 75.
I think he played back in the 70s, didn't he?
Yeah, he played. He was a
Yeah,
Pirates
I was
and,
way off.
Isaiah Thomas.
Which one?
The Piston.
The dad? Is it me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Not the Phoenix Sun that got swept?
No.
35 plus
The guy that ruined the G League.
The CBA, get it
Yeah.
right. Bankrupt the CBA.
CBA, sorry.
Fucking asshole.
63.
I was thinking 65 right off the bat without even
I
thinking.
did 35 plus 28. I guess he was 28 when he in the late 80s when he played against them.
Yeah.
Well, that's my guess.
Good call.
Because he retired.
Yeah.
He played a few years after that, obviously.
Yeah,
So,
my-
did he retire right after that when the Bulls? Couldn't remember, but had to play. He was 28 then, I'm guessing, around that age. So he must have played for a few more years.
Oh, he was owned by Jordan.
Not the first 2 times,
No,
but
no. You're right. Those were, that team was mean.
they beat the crap out of him.
Yeah, literally beat the crap out
Oh,
of him.
yeah. Who is it?
Timmy,
It's Tim.
Timmy. Curtis Martin.
The running back, right?
Look at that. That's Dave Meggett. Never mind.
Howard Cosell.
52.
What were you talking about?
Curtis Martin.
Curtis Martin.
I don't know. 55.
I'm trying to think when he was drafted. Started with the Patriots, right? Ended with the Jets.
Yep.
Hall of Famer, I think, too, isn't he? Or not yet?
I don't think so.
He should be. He's top 5 rushing ever, I think, or was for a minute
Right.
there. Wasn't he? Top 5, top 6 rushing or something like that?
Yeah.
You know, was the greatest running back ever was it Darius Slayton for that first year, and then he got 1 touchdown the
Who
rest
was
of
it?
his
Who
career.
was it?
The guy from was it Houston? Remember for fantasy a few years back? Slayton. He had like 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns. The rest of his career, he had like 400 yards and 1 touchdown.
Texans?
I think so. I think it was.
It might have been.
Like right after Aaron Foster.
Who am I
maybe?
guessing? Curtis
Yeah,
Martin?
Curtis Martin. Sorry. Got off track there.
Yeah.
I don't think Janzo Russell's hit like any side of the fucking iron.
58.
That's it.
That's it. 51.
Ooh.
Wow.
I said 53.
I said 55. I was going higher.
All right. David Beckham.
Benham like Beckham.
I'll tell you what I want. What I really. Oh, one person.
That's you're up. You're up to.
No, I just started.
Oh, you're
No,
first.
it's
Oh, I'm
me.
sorry. Yeah.
Beckham, I'll say he's younger than, I'll say 48.
48. I'm gonna say he's 44.
42.
49.
Ah, I'm so close.
Hop throughout Peyton Hillis.
That's another one, yeah. There's been a couple.
I got 2 more left here.
Hillis was with the Browns, right?
Yes.
He was. He was the one that was on. I think they started the Madden curse.
He's one that almost drowned.
Yeah.
Saving people, right? A couple years this year.
I
Yeah,
think
you're
so.
right.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah. He's
The
saying-
Madden curse started with him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, Scott, you're up. Then I'm gonna
Oh,
get the 6
The man
pointer.
curse with OJ. Just
Ooh.
kidding, he wasn't on there.
Uh,
Him and his wife were on the cover.
Brooks Koepka.
Slashing prices.
Is it me?
Yep.
Brooksy, huh? 32.
34.
I need a 6 pointer here.
There's a
I
6
do-
pointer
I do.
right here.
Timmy's up.
I do too.
Rory McIlroy.
I just saw him singing karaoke. Did I afford
Saw
that?
that.
Don't stop. Oh,
How old was Brooksy there?
34.
34. Okay. Timmy?
No, it's you.
No, it's Timmy.
Oh, Timmy.
Timmy,
yeah,
yeah.
first.
Timmy.
32.
33. Fuck.
36.
35.
35. That's what I was going
Timmy wins.
Ah, shit. He talked me out of it.
I got a couple things that happened on this day.
Okay.
We don't give a shit. I lost.
Okay. All right.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
This Cub hit for the cycle in 1987.
Tuffy Rhodes.
87?
Sean Dunston.
No,
I'm gonna guess Mark Grace.
87? No, Grace wasn't up yet. 89, I think.
Glenn Allen Hill.
Oh,
He's the one that hit that fucking
Broke the window,
roof,
yeah.
Wow, 87. That's a tough one.
What
Is it somebody
position?
we know?
Position.
Easy. Yeah.
Oh, Sandberg?
No.
Oh,
Dawson.
It was Dawson?
Oh.
Yep.
I was going to
How do
say
you
that.
get the triple?
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah, right.
Guy had to fall down chasing the ball
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, with bad knees that he had.
Oh,
he got
yeah.
all his steals like before he got to the Cubs. He only had like
Oh,
4
yeah.
steals after that.
Yeah.
No, he had a couple good years.
You know they have a HSBC baseball tournament in his name.
Should.
Yeah.
Dawson's
Did you know
great,
that?
great man.
No, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
it's played on the MLB Network. I was watching it like early spring.
Huh.
So
He's a great man.
Yeah.
He's been good to the sport.
me,
and
Ed
to-
Belfour.
That's me elbow for. Yeah, that's awesome.
What else we got?
In 1981, this lefty struck out 3,000 batters. Was the first to strike out 3,000 batters.
What year?
1981.
All in one year?
No,
Wow, that was
he
a
was
lot.
yeah. Jesus.
I bet she pitched like 300 innings.
Boy, he must have been really good.
Steve Carlton?
Yeah.
Yep, you're right. This
lefty
Yankee manager was fired in 1985.
Billy Martin. Lou Piniella.
There could be any of them.
16 games into the season.
Yogi.
And who took over?
Billy Martin.
Billy Martin did, yeah.
You're all right.
Then he got fired again.
That was bullshit, too, because it was a good team and Yogi gets fired for no reason.
On
it's
this
fucking
day in
Steinbrenner. He probably farted at him
1986,
for-
Yep.
this running back was picked first by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bo
Bo
Jackson.
Jackson.
Bo Jackson. Yep.
I know that because 86 Donruss baseball.
In 1990, Wrecking Crane started tearing down this.
Tiger Stadium.
What year?
1990 started tearing down this wall.
The Berlin Wall.
Right.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Do you ever see the clip where Reagan's giving a speech and a balloon pops and he goes, "You missed"?
Did he really? Dude, his speeches are amazing.
Yeah. And no, he doesn't flinch either. Like, pop, you missed. And then he starts talking. Like,
No Joe Biden, but he was good at what he did.
Dude, Reagan could go off the cuff and he could talk for hours and you're just mesmerized. I was watching him with Campus Rebels the other day, like these ones like now. What are you doing? You're the grown-ups. You're not supposed to be listening to kids. They don't know nothing. And he's just like tearing them up.
right.
And the guy goes, well, this is a public university and you're in charge. Why aren't you kicking them off of the once you let
he's not
them
wrong.
take charge?
Right.
Yeah, it was great.
I got one, maybe two more. So in 1992, this jury started a riot.
Oh, the Rodney King.
Rodney King.
Rodney King, yes.
Yeah, that's where all the riots start.
And in 1983, this guy was sworn in Chicago as their first African-American mayor.
Harold Washington. Yeah.
Correct.
He wasn't crooked enough.
They named a building after him.
They got a library.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't last long. He died in office, didn't he?
I think he did.
Yeah, he died in office.
I think you're right.
Because Mayor Byrne was there.
CIA.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah, he had a heart attack in office.
CIA.
Yeah. And then, we'll just have to put this Daly guy back in there.
Vaccine.
Yeah. He took the first COVID vax way back in 89.
Measles.
They were just ready to, they knew it was coming.
Yeah. Let's try this one.
What the fuck's a COVID-19 vax?
Just take it, Mr. Mayor.
It's 1991.
It works pretty good.
Sure, it's not supposed to be COVID-91. No, it's COVID-19.
Don't worry about it.
Jesus Christ.
We'll tell your grandchildren's grandchildren about it.
Well, there goes this show's canceled. Medical misinformation.
Oh, there you
Harold
go.
Washington was not killed by the COVID-19.
We will say we know he was not. We believe it was a heart attack. I believe think. COVID did not, or a vaccine did not kill Harold Washington.
He was an old black man. They die of heart attacks all the time.
Oh, Jesus.
No, they do have a high rate, actually.
Wow.
I'm just serious.
Got flannel? Play the flannel.
Did you say you had another?
Just telling you the truth.
Fashion statement, feeling cozy and feeling so complacent. Check me out, matching from head to toe. Flannel gang is the only way to go. I tie around my waist, so I wear it on my back. Flannel game strong, going never lack. Plaid patterns, different colors, I got them all. Flannel is the fabric that makes me stand tall. I'm killing the game in my flannel attire. Catch me on the street,
My flannel attire.
Whether it's red, blue, or classic black and white. In my flannel, I'm looking oh so tight.
I love it.
Ed, you got to make that your ringtone.
Make that my walk-up music. You don't remember when Fly Guy and I'm Gonna Get You Sucker had music wherever he went?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm going to have that
You want
wherever
to
I
hear
go.
the other intro song?
Yeah.
Huh?
The one that was made by the
Yeah.
AI? It's the rock intro version of our intro for Basement Benchwarmers. Ready?
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Locked in a room, no escape in sight. Talking sports day and night podcast.
It's not
microphone in hand with a bench warmers ready to take a stand. From the basement dungeon, we spread the word. Every high they'll stay up. We bring the heat, talking sports like warriors on these urban streets. Down in the basement, we rock the scene. The bench warmers living the dream. We ain't mainstream, but we speak the truth. No holds barred, we're the voice of the youth.
It's not Nickelback enough.
No, that'd be great.
Yeah,
though.
So
I should have to do a Nickelback version of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
how many words do you have to put in?
I don't put any words.
How does it know that we do all this stuff?
I told them write a song about basement benchwarmers, and that's what they put. Podcast.
Are you shitting me?
And
How do they know?
I have no idea. Unless they search out online and found it, like basement benchwarmer bags, and they figured out. But that's all I did, and I put up.
Timmy's eating sausage. Ed's
what
saying
site
racist
did you
shit
finally end up
about
using?
about
What site did you
Washington.
finally use?
Willie's lost and pissing himself.
Sumo.
Yeah,
you get
Sumo.
like 10 free songs a day.
Oh, really?
10 free credits or 20 and you.
Dude, that is crazy. How good that is.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I had a few of them, but I'll do
What's that on now?
Sumi or something like that.
Sue me.
Yeah.
We probably should be on that one for sure.
Suck me.
Oh, whoa,
No.
whoa.
Completely different site.
Oh, la la la. No spoilers.
That's right after the show. Anyway, any other hodgepodge?
Oh, I have one, and it's wrestling related. So AEW, which is the wrestling show that's on TBS. So Tony Khan's is Shad Khan's son, the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, I saw that.
So what?
He married, right?
No, he at the close of the show Wednesday, a wrestler or two of their executive vice presidents pile drove him into the mat, and then they had like this big thing, like the ambulance and stuff come out. So for the whole weekend for the NFL draft, Tony Khan wore a neck brace, sold that he was hurt for the whole. It's great.
Nice.
Yeah. Every day I'd like get something on Reddit like Tony Khan's still wearing the neck brace, and I guess he's gonna autograph it and raffle it off for charity. So,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Speaking of real sports, boxer was killed this year in a fight, or in this
This year?
died this week.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
27-year-old was knocked unconscious on April 5th, and they put him in a medically induced coma, and he didn't come back out. So Artie Nedembo, I think it said he was Ukrainian.
Yeah.
27. It doesn't say.
CIA.
Yeah, so at 27. I mean, boxing is dangerous.
Today I heard a story on a radio show. Willie probably heard it. A man somewhere, I don't even know, Florida, Ohio, whatever. I'm not sure.
Florida, Ohio.
Killed his wife a few years back. Was just put in jail for life with no parole. And but a couple of years ago when he did it, he collected $120,000 in life insurance money, and his first purchase with that money was a $2,000 lifelike sex doll.
Did it look like his wife? Is that what you're saying, or just lifelike?
Just lifelike. Oh,
and it's worn out.
Yeah. Second purchase was condoms. They want to get her pregnant.
Okay,
Definitely
you can't be
Ohio.
yeah, you can't be too careful.
No, yeah, because it wasn't his sister's.
No, it's like it's like having sex with your cousin. You know, you should always wear a condom.
Did you see where Texas sanctioned the Tyson Paul fight?
Oh, did they?
Sanction now.
Oh,
Dude,
nice.
they might as well have an Undertaker for that one too, because he's gonna kill Paul.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I bet you he knocks him out.
I mean, Tyson still looks pretty sharp. But first of all, I mean, it's not going to happen the first couple of rounds, because the longer it goes, the more people want to see
pay-per-view
this.
fight? Is that pay-per-view?
Yeah,
It's on
When is it?
it's on Netflix, I think.
Oh, okay.
Netflix is carrying it out.
So it's free if you got Netflix?
Oh, I got
believe
Netflix
so.
now.
When is it?
Not till later, like September.
Oh, okay.
Well, we have to get together and watch it maybe if we can.
I saw a good story, a baseball story. Max Scherzer calls for umpire relegation system. We need to rank the umpires, and if they're not up to par, then they get sent down.
Really?
I kind of like it better than I don't like the robot umps. I'm really not a fan of it, because looking up and seeing if it's a striker, it's just ridiculous.
They should have relegation in baseball anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I like that idea, because then it would give them an actual way to send Angel Hernandez down without saying, "Oh, it's all he can fight it in racism," because in the racism court or whatever he keeps doing. Yeah, he's just screwed because his rating's so low.
Yeah,
unless they say the AI is cheating him, then
yeah,
AI's racist too.
Go hit it with a.
Did you hear that Basement Benchwarmers song about flannel?
I saw the other day. I was watching the McAfee show. I don't know what day I was watching it. And a good interview with Roger Goodell, actually. It was pretty good. If you said you saw that.
I watched that.
Solid interview, yeah.
Is that when he talked about
season ending when the
18
season would
games
end?
and
Season would end, and President's Day would be the next day, so people would have off. That was what he said. We don't have off, so it wouldn't affect me, but
right.
I mean, and by that time, they probably get rid of President's Day anyway, so it won't matter.
Yeah.
See, Wyatt Langford had his first Major League home run. It was inside the Parker.
Yeah.
See, Jackson Holliday is back in AAA.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's getting optioned, yeah. He's been 0 for 30 or no.
Yeah, he's
1 for 30 or
I think
2
he
for
got
30?
1 hit. Yeah.
2 for 30. Yeah, they're might bring up that Kobe Mayo. They were talking possibly. He's been killing in AAA, but
Kirsten just got
Jackson
called up.
Holliday was they're calling him up for sure. But Jackson Holliday was killing in AAA too, so it's tough, man. Major Leagues is different.
Yeah, it's a big adjustment, and then once the pitchers know you're not hitting that inside sinker or whatever, they just keep pounding it until you learn.
Yeah.
They've got too much information on the hitters now.
Yeah.
This is like 1958 when, there was
Who is this kid?
Yeah. Oh, wow. This is a young whippersnapper. Look at this guy.
I'm going to throw it by him.
Yeah. What's he going to, he's 18. He ain't going to know shit, Yeah. You don't know. Now they I know. Since Little League, he's been doing this,
And T-ball used to keep his hands in it when the tee was on the inside.
He's not getting the head the bat through.
2 for 32 he was.
2 for 30.
Hop said.
Oh, way better than what we said.
And then Hop said must be the Dawson triple was the ball got stuck in the ivy.
Oh, yeah, you might be right.
And then the
that would be us.
HBCU tournaments played every year in March.
Okay.
HBCUs.
Okay.
Yep.
Did you see the Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame class for this year?
No.
So Matt Kenseth, Steve Stricker, and Prince Fielder.
Prince Fielder
Played in Wisconsin for all those years.
For the Brewers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Wisconsin Athletic Hall of Fame.
Kenseth, and who's the other guy? Second guy?
Stricker.
Steve Stricker, yeah.
Yeah, no question on him.
I'd vote against Prince Fielder.
Right.
Because Kenseth and Stricker are Wisconsinites.
Yeah.
I think even Aaron Rodgers can win.
Is Dick Trickle in it?
Oh, I'm sure
I guarantee he is.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy's name that killed his wife for the sex dollar, I think his name was Cole Trickle.
Cole Trickle.
Same name wasn't the guy's Cole Trickle in Days of Thunder?
Yeah, what's his name? Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise. I think his name was Cole something like that.
It's Cole Trickle.
But no, the guy that killed his wife.
Definitely from Ohio.
Yeah.
So I have the breakdown of the Packer Aaron Rodgers, the Jets Packers trade. You guys want to hear it?
Mm-hmm.
So the Packers compensation, 2023 13th pick, Lucas Van Ness. 2023 42nd pick, Luke Musgrave. 2023 207th pick, Ed's favorite, Anders Carlson. 2024 45th pick, linebacker Adrian Cooper. 2024 111th picks, safety Evan Williams, plus the 126th pick used in the trade up. 2024 163rd pick, offensive lineman Jacob Monk, plus the 219th pick used in the trade up. Jets ended up trading the 2023 170th pick in the draft for 2 late round picks, for which they selected players in those spots below as compensation for the trade. Jets receive Aaron Rodgers, the 2023 15th pick, outside linebacker Will McDonald, 2023 204th pick, cornerback Jarek Bernard Converse, and then 2023 220th pick, tight end Zach Kuntz. Giggity.
I already know who won that trade.
Right.
Why didn't you say it first?
Right.
So the Packers got
8 picks. They had 10 picks, 8 players.
Well, it shows only 6 players you said here, and then 2 other picks.
6, you're right. I'm sorry. 6 players, 8 picks.
Yeah. So I mean, Van Ness started a little bit last year. He's more of a bring him in, just rush type guy. Musgrave actually was pretty good.
Yeah.
So who's their other tight end? Kraft.
Right, Tucker Kraft.
So yeah, so they had Carlson was a disaster.
Yeah.
Cooper was the top linebacker in this year's draft class.
Right.
I don't know who the Williams guy is.
The other safety that they drafted out of the 3.
And Monk was would you say an offensive lineman?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
but they got Rodgers and Will McDonald.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's pretty solid.
David Tepper.
Yeah, I saw that was awesome. He went and complained at a restaurant.
Yes, it was.
So this bar has a sign that says, "Please let the coach and GM pick this year." So Tepper didn't like the sign, had his driver pull over and walked into the bar to ask for the owner to talk to him. And he's on fucking tape, on video, talking about it.
Didn't he grab something from the guy or something on the table? Or?
I don't know.
It looks kind of funny, actually. I don't know if he's being serious or what. It's hard to tell.
Right.
This Tepper's the type of guy that
somebody said he's the Donald.
he
He's the
wants.
Donald Trump of NFL owners or whatever, or
As long as
GMs.
you're not the Donald Sterling, like
No, because they said he was just like he'll just talk to anybody, and it's just
See that coming to Hulu or Netflix?
Oh, are they having a documentary about that?
It's
Dude,
Lawrence Fishburne is somebody in it, but the who plays Donald Sterling? Oh, it's a famous actor.
Is it?
Yeah, and it's a docuseries type thing, or it's not a documentary. It's made for like a movie, but they're actors in it.
Okay.
What the hell is the main actor's name? You're gonna he's all done up in makeup and shit. It's pretty crazy.
He was a piece of shit.
Clippers biopic it'd be, right? Let's see. I think it's on Hulu or something. The best
Biop.
Yeah.
I got it right here.
Who is it?
Ed O'Neill.
Ed O'Neill.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah. What's it gonna be on? Hulu, Netflix. I know it's on something like that.
Clipped. It's called.
Yeah, Clipped. Yep.
Miniseries. Let's see here. Prime, I think. No,
Okay.
It's on Prime? Awesome.
maybe.
So I got some of the Wisconsin Hall of Fame. I'll read off some because we were just talking about Prince Fielder being on there, and
Joe Thomas on there.
I'm going to read off just starting like alphabetically some of these guys.
Joe Thomas,
Hank Aaron, Barry Alvarez, Alan Amici, Tommy Bartlett.
What did Alan Amici do?
Dick Bennett,
Wisconsin basketball coach.
Ray Barris. It's crazy. Ray Barris called me one day years ago when I was in high school. He lived in Kenosha. He played for the Cubs, I believe, and the White Sox, maybe. He called me. He had a whole bunch of baseball memorabilia. He gave me some World Series tickets for the, I think it was might be the 60. No, it's going to be 70. White Sox World Series. They didn't make it, but he had a stack of 4 tickets. I still got them up down in my basement. Nice guy. He had old pictures of the Wrigley before the Ivy went in when he played there. Real nice guy.
Did you know that they expanded Wrigley by cutting sections in and expanding it? They moved like the stadium itself. They moved it back and cut it. And
when was this? The recent one?
No, like
way back.
Way back.
Yeah. So you got Bonnie Blair, Junior Bridgman, great American again.
Who the fuck's Bonnie Blair?
Yeah, how do you not know these
I'm
people?
just fucking kidding.
Hop said it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, is
it
it
Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have.
But
that.
then the first one, Leroy Butler, obviously not a Wisconsin guy. Now he lives here.
Right.
So I'm just trying to think. Cecil Cooper, he never lived here. So they just guys that
I
played
don't
here.
think Cooper is Yount Mounter in it.
Oh, they will be. I'm only to
How did Cooper get in before them?
Well,
he might not have.
alphabetical.
It's just alphabetical.
Oh,
AJ Dillon's got to be in there because he lives in Door County now.
Ron Dane,
New Jersey.
Donald Driver,
Saraville.
Brett Favre, Raleigh Fingers. So it is just Gantner. It's going to be all these guys. Earl Gillespie.
Oh.
Ahman Green.
Kareem.
I didn't even know some of these guys like Burleigh Grimes. I mean, that's an old time baseball player. I didn't even know he's from Wisconsin.
Sure, that's not Mr. Grimes from Lincoln.
No, definitely wasn't. Bob Harlan, Eric Hayden, guy that spent a lot of time in Kenosha.
Bike racing, right?
Yeah, used to be down at the
Ice skater too.
Yeah, he was actually
he won a gold medal.
Yeah,
See the guy fell down a bunch of times.
No,
Dan Jansen.
that's Jansen.
But Eric Hayden won gold medals too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy Legs Hirsch, Paul Horning, Dan Jansen. I mean, Marcus Johnson. So I mean, they it's pretty much anybody that's played here or any, not as many Badgers as I thought there would be, but you know what? They sucked for a long time. So it'd probably be more recent guys, pretty much.
Melvin Gordon should get in.
I think like
If Fielder got in, Melvin Gordon should get in.
He might not be in yet, though.
I mean, eventually you think.
Yeah, I would think Vince Lombardi and Eddie Matthews, John McLaughlin, Al McGuire. So there's some pretty good names in here. So Molitor, Moncrief, Jordy Nelson. So, all right.
That's interesting.
So they pick from guys that played here, or I think they have some, like maybe Pat Mahomes Senior played in Kenosha.
There you go. Start lobbying for him.
Probably got about 6 kids there that he doesn't know about.
Yeah, we would know. We would know in Kenosha.
Yeah, they'd been all arrested for drunk driving.
Whoa! We just lost one.
It's my fashion statement. Feeling cozy and feeling so complacent. Check me out, matching from head to toe. Flannel gang is the only way to go.
I do like the flannel song. That's a good job.
Did you guys see that reel I sent? The dude got caught for his 12th DUI.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jesus.
I sent back, and yeah, I can't believe you're surprised.
I thought after the third one, don't you get like the breathalyzer to turn the car on and off? Like,
just get some shit car from somebody else.
His grandson rides with him.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I don't know. Drink at home.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Right, probably.
Or at a house in Door County on a Friday night. Play euchre.
I bet Euchre's in there too, for sure. I mean, no question. I didn't get that far.
Oklahoma
He
City
was
win?
a Wisconsin
Yeah,
guy.
they did.
Sweep.
I did mention last week, Dave McCarty from the Red Sox, from that World Series team. He died at 54.
Wow.
So Hop will know who that is. I think that's about it. I mean, we already talked about Whitey Herzog dying.
He died?
Yeah. I'm amazed at how surprised you are at all this stuff.
It's a lot of stuff we talked about last week.
I think so. That one was.
He's always watching the reruns of The View.
Oh, we ready? Call it.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts?
Let's see.
Ed.
Let's see. Oh, so, talking with somebody, and I can't say this, so I'm going to do something else. I can't. I got to write it better. Oh, shit.
Scusi, Babidi Boopy? Che cosa?
Oh, geez. I can't say a lot of stuff I got on here because that one was bad. I got to write it better.
Jesus.
Oh, you remember when we talked about school fundraisers and they were sucking toes and all that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
I thought about this afterwards, and I haven't mentioned it in a couple of weeks, but Marcellus Wallace threw a guy off a building just for rubbing his wife's feet. Can you imagine sucking her toes? Yeah, that Marcellus Wallace, he was something else,
Put a
man.
ball gag on you.
So, I don't know.
I
I had to be careful.
Marcellus Wallace. My closing thoughts, how nice it is that WNBA is getting more and more Pete was here. Getting more and more press. I think I read like 4 or 5 articles the last couple of days about training camps and needs, and
Yeah, they're going to.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah. So
And we'll see what happens. Because you got the 2 stars coming, Angel Reese and Caitlin coming in.
Right.
Hopefully they're both successful.
And my girl Cameron Brink.
I don't know what that is.
Cam Brink?
No.
Oh, yeah.
What team?
She was you don't remember Cam Brink from the draft?
From Stanford?
From Stanford with the black dress?
Stanford, was she a scientist?
No, she was a tall blonde.
Yeah, I do remember her now.
I'm surprised you don't remember that stuff, Ed.
I'm not really looking at 21-year-old girls anymore. I'm past them days.
That's too bad.
No, I man's got to know his limitations.
True. So that's nice to see, and not sure if Nelly Korda is going to be playing this weekend or not. Haven't seen that she won't be playing. So I know Scheffler did not play this weekend either. No,
I don't think so.
Golf is hard.
Oh, it was the twosome.
Yeah.
the Zurich Open.
Then,
Rory and Shane Lowry.
Shane Lowry, yeah.
Don't stop believing.
Hold on to this baby.
Golf league starts this week.
Yeah, golf league.
It's supposed to be actually decent.
70, I think,
Yeah,
on Wednesday. So
Yeah, we don't start till next week.
I bet you it's going to be
hit him straight.
cart path only with the rain we've had the last couple of days.
That'll be fun and slow.
If it dries out, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a text this morning. We're golfing at Ives Grove tomorrow morning. Mo texted my dad, it's going to be cart path only at Brightendale tomorrow.
Oh, I mowed the lawn a couple hours ago. It's mush.
Yeah.
It's moist.
Yeah, so
it's worse than moist.
Venue's been changed. We're golfing at Ives because fuck golf path or the cart path only. So
yeah. Willie,
that's all I got, man. Golf.
Yeah, golf league this week. That's about it. That'll be it for this evening.
Do we have a song that leads out now?
No.
Oh, we got time.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
This AI is the shit for songs.
Do AI Booty Man outro.
Ooh.
Stick to Sonic. Once again, with the Basement Benchwarmers with Ed, Tim, and Willie. I am Scott. You guys have a great evening, great week, and we will talk to you guys next week.
See.
I hate goodbyes. Sorry, folks. Park's closed.
What happened? I blacked out.
Because we did something today that no one thought we could do, including us. So we're going out, we're celebrating, and we're going to rub it in this city's face.
I swear I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
Bye, Felicia. Kids, there's Big Ben and there's Parliament.
I'd give them more buys and highs.
Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. I'm rocking flannel, it's my fashion statement. Feeling cozy and I'm feeling so complacent. Check me out, mashing from head to toe. Flannel gang is the only way to go. I tie around my waist, so I wear it on my back. Flannel game strong, going never lack. Plaid patterns, different colors, I got them all. Flannel is the fabric that makes me stand tall. I'm killing the game in my flannel attire. Catch me on the street.